Starting defensive back from Kalispell Jr., number 22, Tucker Ralphie. Starting defensive back, a junior from Elk Grove, California, number 31, Damari Morris. Starting defensive back, a sophomore from St. Ignatius, number 33, Mike Delaney. On the D-line is senior from Joliet, number 45, Brock Beatty. Linebacker is senior from Gardner, number 47, Connor Wines. Linebacker, a junior from Cody, Wyoming, number 48, Carter Myers. Linebacker is a junior from Billings, number 53, Jacob Clark. On the D-line is senior from Missoula, number 98, James Foote. Also on the D-line from Idaho Falls, number 99, Chance Hansen. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the Montana Tech Pep Band under the direction of Dan Olson. Ladies and gentlemen, Montana Tech welcomes all players, officials, and spectators to this afternoon's contest. As a member of the NAIA and the Frontier Athletic Conference, we are committed to the true spirit of competition by being a champion of character through the 5 core character values the NAIA embraces, which are respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. We ask each of you as a participant, official, or spectator to abide by these values by creating a positive environment in which our athletes may participate, our officials may work, and you, the spectator, may enjoy. Please enjoy this afternoon's contest. Montana Tech would like to remind fans to always show good sportsmanship. Racial and sexist slurs, profanity, and any action that endangers the safety of the players, coaches, officials, administrators, or fans will not be tolerated. The Frontier Conference would like to thank the following corporate sponsors for their continued support of our conference. Cooper Tire, Tire-Rama, the official tire company of the Frontier Conference. D.A. Davidson, the official financial services firm of the Frontier Conference. EBMS, the official healthcare provider of the Frontier Conference. McDonald's, the official restaurant chain of the Frontier Conference and also supporting the Ronald McDonald House charities throughout the Frontier Conference region. Pepsi, the official soft drink company of the Frontier Conference. Red Lion Hotels, the official hotel of the Frontier Conference. And U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Frontier Conference. Visit the Frontier Conference website at www.frontierconference.com to get all the updated scores and information, along with viewing a listing of our many Friends of the Frontier sponsors. And you can also consult fan travel in making your hotel reservations when your team's on the road playing in the other cities of the Frontier Conference.
Victory is not an easy thing to accomplish. It takes more than hard work and dedication.
You need that beating heart of a champion. Someone who can lead. Someone to inspire. Someone to push you further than you've ever gone before.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Pioneer Technical brings you the greatest Oredigger of all time, Charlie Oredigger. Ladies and gentlemen, Oredigger fans, this is our place. This is Bob Green Field at Alumni Coliseum, and this is hallowed ground. Please welcome your Montana Tech Orediggers.
You're going to go out on the field.
Am I now?
Yeah. You step over here. On camera more.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by for a word from Montana Tech's Director of Athletics, Matt Steppen, and this week's Montana Tech Welcome.
Hello, I'm Matt Steppen, Athletic Director of Montana Tech. Want to welcome everybody to the 2018 Hall of Fame game. Want to give a big shout out to our new Hall of Fame members who'll be honored at halftime. And a big thanks to our Hall of Fame sponsor, Zip Beverage. Would also like to thank today's game day partner, CCCS, Steele's Warehouse and Furniture. Have a great day. Go Diggers. Let's flash the V.
Again, a big thank you to Zip Beverage for being the official sponsor of the Montana Tech Tailgate. We'd also like to thank tonight's tailgate partner, the Montana Tech Foundation. Let's hear it for our corporate partners. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please continue standing and remove your hats to honor our great nation as Rachel Steppen, wife of newly inducted 1979 football team member Ed Steppen, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we hailed were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag Go Butte America!
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us today to flip the coin are Ed and Bunny Renoir. Ed is a Butte native and a retired Boeing executive. He's the son of Edward Ignatius Renoir, who graduated from the Montana School of Mines in 1920 and had a distinguished career with the Anaconda Company. Edward Ignatius Renoir is in the Montana Tech Alumni Hall of Fame and the Montana Tech Athletic Hall of Fame for his instrumental role in the construction of Alumni Coliseum. Ed and Bunny established the Edward Ignatius Renoir Scholarship Endowment in 2016 to honor his legacy and support future generations of Butte students pursuing their education at Montana Tech. Please give a warm Oredigger welcome to Ed and Bunny Renoir.
They've been forced into a lot of 3-and-out situations. This is a good situation for a young defense in MSU Northern to come in here on the road and play against, a fairly young Montana Tech offensive front. Tanner Kump, the Montana Tech offensive, or the quarterback, who's not going.
Will get the return started at the 10, across the 20, cut back to the left, 25 out near the 30. That looks like Vendetti to the 30-yard line. So Vendetti with a return, 20-yard return, and Montana Tech will start things off going right to left on your radio dial. Montana Tech's offense here today, I would assume we are going to see Cole Hopman. It could be Danny Peoples back there as well. Jed Fyke will be in the backfield. And let's see here. It is going to be Cole Hopman. So Cole Hopman will get things started at quarterback. We'll run through both sides of the ball here as we get ready to roll. Frontier Conference action, KBOW, KPQX, and Cole Hopman, if you will, more of a running quarterback, and he's going to run on first down. He has a huge hole. Cole Hopman is off to the races. Cuts back at the 50. Cole at the 40. Cuts back again and finally goes out of bounds at the 33-yard line on the northern side of the field. So a gain of 35 yards for Cole Hopman on his first carry.
Nice looking play to the wing side. He has a play fake to his back jet fake off the right side on the inside zone, but he picks up a lead block to kick out the end, and he does the rest. Nice looking athletic running play for the young quarterback for Montana Tech.
Only 2 pass attempts on the year for Cole Hopman. There's number 3 as they'll run the screen out to Fyke. Fyke will turn it upfield. Jed Fyke will get to the 31-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 5.
Mechanically with Hopman, I've never really noticed any flaws mechanically. You know, so their hesitation to throw the ball with him maybe from more of a decision standpoint and not a mechanic standpoint. But I mean, a redshirt freshman. But, you know, the athleticism's there. No doubt the athleticism's there, and everything I've seen him throwing has looked good.
The Wildcats, and keeping it is going to be Jed Fyke. Fyke bounces it right. He's across the 20, 15, out to the 13, but a flag down. And this looks like it's going to come back for a holding penalty as Jed Fyke kept it on the Wildcat look.
Probably going to get a hold there off the right side. But, you know, the thing that surprised me about the hold is he had a kick out that he cut up under. You know, a lot of times on kickouts you don't see the hold. It's when you're trying to stretch, you see the hold. So tough break for that Tech offense, but early on here showing signs of a life and ball movement. So, yeah, they put them in a 2nd and 12 versus a first down situation.
Tech does come in with some injuries. They in Southern Oregon beat the tar out of each other a week ago in Ashland. Both teams really come away with some significant injuries.
That game was painful on the radio, and not because of your broadcasting.
Thanks,
I could
buddy.
just hear the crunching.
2nd and 12, one back, 4 receivers. Hoffman going to throw, airs it up right side, has a man, that's Hoffman. And Hoffman with the catch. Trevor Hoffman, this young redshirt freshman out of Washington, has had a phenomenal year thus far, and that's going to be first down yardage to the 20-yard line.
That's a tough catch to make. That's in the void, up the sideline, and Hoffman took an inside release. We used to try and do that on an outside release, which brought him closer to the safety. A good ball by Hoffman.
Hoffman going to throw again. He'll air it up underneath. This one's complete inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. With the catch is going to be Sam McCamley, who was a favorite target a week ago at Southern Oregon. So McCamley gets the reception. That's his 6th of the year. Another young man.
Yeah, another young guy out of Glacier. Glacier's been a nice feeding program to this Montana Tech football team.
That they have. Hoffman gets it again inside the 10, down near the 7. And we'll see where they spot this here. Actually, it looks like they're going to mark him out of bounds at about the 10, so first down yardage.
Wasn't our man Reed Siderius from
Reed
Glacier?
Siderius was from Glacier High School.
I hope he's out there listening or watching or both.
The other side of that is I hope we're right, because if he's from Flathead, he's going to walk in the booth and beat us both up.
Yeah, and if that's the case, you know, I'm glad he's listening, but that's what I tell those guys when I see him out in the parking lot. God, you miss watching them play, don't you?
Yeah, big time. One back, 2 receivers. Man comes in motion on the fly motion. They'll stay in the Wildcat. Fyke spins. Fyke's in trouble. Nice job defensively that time as Northern blew that up. They had several guys in the backfield, and Chris was the one that got in and stopped him. As Chris, the sophomore out of Washington, the safety, stepped up, made the tackle. Basically no gain, 2nd and 10 for Montana Tech.
Yeah, Northern's replacing a lot of experience in the defensive front the last 2 years. You know, regardless of record, they were as sound in the defensive front the last 2 years as anybody in the conference. It was just, you know, everybody will always tell you. I mean, it's an 11-man sport, and it takes 11 to play.
5 wide. Hopman has time, airs it up, crossing route. And that one's going to fall incomplete. He was looking for the cross on Ontario Johnson, As Ontario Johnson, the post into the end zone. That one will fall incomplete, brings up 3rd and goal from the 10.
Yeah, Hopman maybe got a little excited there, but he had 0 pressure on him. A nice job by that Montana Tech offensive line, giving him plenty of time to look to, you know, check 1, check 2, check 3, and he tried to find Johnson on the in route and just overthrew him.
The receiving core, another one that was hit by the injury bug here over the last couple of weeks. We'll talk about that here as we roll. Hopman has time again, airs it up left side, jump ball, and it goes through the hand of his receiver, incomplete. Jet Campbell out on the edge. Jet coming out of Billings Central. And that one will fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down and goal from the 10, and the kicking unit will come in for points. So Tyler Padilla, the sophomore, will come in and attempt the field goal.
Tech really lines up some monsters at receiver. You got to love it.
Yeah.
Deion Williams at 6'1", 185 pounds. He looks like a runt out there from here next to, you know, Campbell and the crew. They are monsters. And, you know, and a part of that is they like the physical nature of their play, out blocking the perimeter in their zone running attack. And so and not to say you have to be that size to play, but boy, they put some monsters out there to run this offense.
Tyler Padilla hits a 27-yard field goal, and Montana Tech gets on the board first. 12:14 left to play here in this opening quarter. Montana Tech leading 3-0. Frontier Conference action, KBOW, KPQX, and Havre. We'll go ahead and keep it here as it doesn't look like we have a media timeout out on the field. So, again, thanks for joining us here on this Saturday. And as I mentioned, the receiver position hit pretty hard here with injury over the last couple weeks. You'll see in street clothes, Cole McLeod, the young redshirt freshman out of Manhattan, is in street clothes. Will Hunthausen, who was absolutely destroyed up in the neck and head region. He got hit so hard at Southern. He also is in street clothes, and I don't believe Dion Williams is dressed here today either. So, did you, when you mentioned him?
I saw him running off the field, so I was assuming.
So Dion is here. I was kind of led to believe, yep, and he is wearing pads. You're right. I was led to believe he might not see time here today.
Yeah, and another thing you got to keep an eye on, too, is McLeod, the receiver, is their long snapper, too.
Yep.
So.
Kickoff for Montana Tech, drifting left. Bounces at the 5 and goes out of bounds in front of the pylon. So Northern will get good field position that time. Good job by the return man, Jet Robertson. He was back there watching it go. And that one will bounce out of bounds, so Northern will get good field position, and we'll see their crew come out here on the offensive side.
Kick out of bounds.
So the kick out of
Northern
bounds.
is elected to take the ball on the 35-yard line.
Player that
First
ran
down.
off the field and is kind of seeking trainer help here. I'm trying to get a number.
So again, thanks for joining us here at Bob Green Field. A windy afternoon. The wind has really kicked up here over the last hour and a half or so. And Northern comes out. Northern offense out, led by Tommy Wilson, the senior out of Fresno, California, 6'1", 205. He has Robertson in the backfield with him, 3 receivers. Blitz coming. Quick out route is incomplete. Hit the receiver in the hands as Bumgardner, the intended target. And Bumgardner was just pounded. I love this kid.
Harmer out here at left corner. And a good job by Harmer, as you would expect, staying on top of an early route, an in route, just reacting to it. And Harmer came hard through the back, disrupted the pass, and put a good hard hit on this receiver. 2nd and 10. Montana Tech looked like they almost jumped. Then they back out. Pressure coming as Peterson trying to get rid of the football. Now he's just going to throw it out of play as he was scrambling for his life. We do have a flag down. I think they're going to get Montana Tech offsides. Now the near side official to the boundary, he ate the flag over there, but we got a flag from the far side here, and not to say it's any more difficult or less difficult of a call, but
offside, defense.
They're going to get Montana
5 yards.
Tech for
Repeat, second
into
down.
the neutral zone and not being able to back out before that ball was snapped.
So they do penalize him 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 now here for Northern. 1 back, 3 receivers. There's a big change in the secondary for Montana Tech as well. You'll see Harmer at corner. Harmer normally plays at safety, but with an injury to Damari Morris, Harmer has been moved to corner here today. The snap goes high. Wilson has to dive on it. He jumps on it back at the 27-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 11.
Maybe it's the turf that's causing all the bad snaps. I was at the Butte Central Dillon game last night. I've never seen so many struggles to get the ball snapped in a game of football. You know, the 2 home games that I've seen out of Butte Central, and we see Northern struggling here. Of course, I'm kidding, but yeah, Montana Tech's defense is without the services of Brock Beatty today. I saw Brock was in street clothes, so Art Flynn filling the void there at defensive end. And he has certainly played a lot this year. 3rd down and 16. As they'll set up screen left side. Pass complete across the 30 to the 33. It's going to be a gain of 4. Bumgardner with the reception. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Lights. You know, a couple things there. Probably no hope of getting the first down, but wide receiver screen, you know, a snap and a throw to Tommy Wilson, allow him to complete a ball, whether for a first down or not, just to gain a little confidence. But Montana Tech reacting well to the screen, getting a lot of bodies out there to erase it for a very small gain. And back to receive the punt is Alex Steele, as he stands back at the 29-yard line. Good snap to the punter. Montana Tech brings a ton of pressure. Great punt into the wind, and a fair catch called for and brought into the 30-yard line. So Montana Tech will take over at the 30 again. Very windy conditions out here over the last couple hours. Winds coming out of the west, and it looks as though we have a timeout. Montana Tech leading 3-0 over the Lights of MSU Northern Frontier Conference action. KBOW, KPQX. We're back here to Bob Green Field after this 1-minute timeout. That's Mr. Golf.
Dude, Hudson, your new man cave is sweet.
Come watch the game.
Dude, they're gonna score.
Man cave, lady lounges, whatever you call them, Steele's Furniture has exactly what you need to make your room come to life. Shop our Man Cave showroom today for ideas to upgrade your bar set, fireplace, TV, recliner, furniture set, and refrigerator. Steele's Furniture, making man caves happen for 87 years.
Every time I meet an Oredigger, there's a natural bond, a natural connection, and every one of us have a sense of pride about where we came from, and it's opened the door to a lot of very good relationships.
Montana Tech has a student base that just makes everybody feel like family.
Everybody's crazy about being an Oredigger. It's just a pride thing.
This place brings out in people the very best.
I truly believe that we are family.
You learn very quickly that you're in school with some of the top students, not only in the country, but in the world.
We want to be the CEO of a company. We want to be the leaders of top producers.
Our duty as an Oredigger is to impact the world.
My life is not just lived for myself, but it's lived for other people, and it's lived with purpose.
I'm an Oredigger.
I am an Oredigger.
I am an Oredigger.
Out of them, you're going to see 3 backs in the backfield with Cole Hopman. One goes in motion. Very heavy offset formation. Handoff up the middle. Going to go to Fyke. Fyke will get 4.
Yeah, full house backfield and a shift with Fyke. The only back right of the quarterback to the left side. And not to make it obvious where the ball was going, but with that shift they did.
Yeah. 2nd down and 6 here for Tech. They'll change out some personnel. Hoffman goes out. Fyke will come out. And they're going to go with a heavy tight end formation. 3 tight ends basically on the left side of the formation. 2 receivers are on the right. Empty backfield. Man comes in motion on the fly handoff. As a Steele looking to turn it upfield. Across the 40 out to the 43-yard line. 1st down yardage for Montana Tech. And actually it's Tyler Folks with a carry. And we're going to see more of Folks here today. And probably throughout the year here for Montana Tech. Folks, a redshirt freshman out of Duval, Washington.
Yeah, and they should be not spreading the ball out more, but giving Fyke a little more of a break. Tough duty that time. Gary Carter, the Northern's right corner, having to contain that play, but did a nice job. Just not great pursuit getting to the football out of the rest of the 11.
Fly motion. Hopman keeps it himself. He's out to the 44-yard line. They fake the handoff to the receiver in motion. They fake the handoff to Fyke up the middle, and he keeps it and goes to the weak side. It's going to be a gain of 4.
Yeah, Tech's had, I think, no doubt a significant advantage in this football game today, but there's a lot of things that they're going to want to work on. You know, ball possession, moving the chains, finishing drives when you get into the red zone. So I would like to see, I think the play calling is going to mimic a lot of that.
Into the Wildcats, and Fyke will bounce left with it. He's out to midfield. That's going to be a gain of 6. Bring up 3rd down and 1 here for Montana Tech.
Putting a lot of pressure on that offensive front. You know, there's some young guys in there getting a lot of snaps this year for the first time, you know, helping them become a more cohesive bunch up front. You know, all those things in kind of building for the rest of your conference season.
3rd and 1. Fyke goes off guard right. He's across the 45 out to the 42. It honestly looked like the Northern defensive front had put up a nice wall, and Fyke finds a seam. He'll get 1st down yardage to the Northern 42-yard line. So.
Yeah. Little bit of daylight for Fyke. Good job on the cutback. That's just inside zone off the left side. He wound it back to the right side, found daylight, and picked up 1st down yards.
Trips receivers left. Hopman rolls out, delivers to the 40-yard line. Dion Williams to the 35 to the 34. So it's great to see Dion out there. Like I said, I was kind of led to believe Dion might not see playing time today. And really, when it comes to experience in the receiving corps, he's it. Yeah. I mean, you know, Alex Steele certainly has reps at receiver, but Dion is your leader at receiver. Otherwise, you're really young at receiver, and Montana Tech is very stable with Dion on the field. 2nd and 2, Jed Fyke right between the tackles, straight ahead. He's across the 30 to the 29, so he'll pick up another 5 on the ground.
Again, good job up front. A lot of this daylight that Fyke's enjoying right now was just, you know, off the heels of a couple real sound quarterback runs out of his young quarterback, Hopman, early in that first series and early in this series.
1st down and 10, Montana Tech. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Cole Hopman, the redshirt freshman, his first start for Montana Tech. Play action pass. Cole has time. He's going to air it up. Has a man into the end zone. Touchdown, Montana Tech. Great throw to Hoffman. Hoffman is in for the score.
Yeah, Hoffman got the separation he needed that time in man coverage. One-on-one up the seam with Jake Norby. A 6'2", 195-pound sophomore out of Chinook. Kind of a mismatch for Hoffman. I really like Trevor Hoffman. Yeah. He's a lot of athleticism in that body and great footwork. great feet, knows how to separate, and his young quarterback found him. A lot of room in that end zone. Boy, we had our hands up in touchdown position before that ball was released.
Tyler Padilla kicks it through, and we have a flag down in the scrum after the PAT. So we'll wait to see what our white hat is going to signal here. Montana Tech leading 10-0. Windy conditions, but otherwise a gorgeous day here in the mining city. The tailgate again was lights out. I mean, over in the practice field in the grass, the tailgate is brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it over there.
Yeah, I do too, other than the fact that they're parking on good green grass. But, you know, I like what they've done to that whole area. And, you know, in talking to my nephew who's playing up here, they haven't practiced out there on the hyperfield.
Personal
They've
foul.
done all their practicing on the turf.
On the defense.
And that place
that 15-yard penalty will be administered on the kickoff.
And they lined it with trees.
Media timeout.
They planted all the way around. It's going to be a huge improvement here in a few years to that whole area. Yeah, but you're right. It is beautiful and it's nice. There's no dust. It's been really nice.
It's just, you know, the continued improvements here on campus, and it's really nice over there. We've got a lot of people traveling. You see several RVs. I know there's the Idaho families that come up in the RV. Just to see that kind of tailgates and that kind of togetherness over there is just brilliant. I mean, it really has shaped up nicely as a Montana Tech leading 10-0 here. Frontier Conference action on your hometown station. Montana Tech has run 16 offensive plays for 136 yards. Cole Hopman right now 7 of 9 for 76 yards, 1 touchdown, and Montana Tech running the ball well. On top of it, Hopman 38 yards on the ground. Jed Fyke over that as well. So Montana Tech continuing to pound the football here, and like I say, kind of seeing some different things as we kind of expected.
Well, I'm taking away a lot of leadership things. That's what I look for on the sideline, you know, during these timeouts is what are your stars doing or what are your impact players doing? And I'm watching Cole Hopman go down the bench there to his whole offense. They're over there getting coached up, but he's telling everybody, good job, good series. You know, that's how you build that camaraderie, and that's how you gain kind of the trust of your teammates as a young quarterback. I mean, he's in here filling the shoes for Tanner Kump, you know, and he kind of had to step ahead of Danny Peoples, you know, to get this start today. Trust me, he's as nervous as anybody. That's an uncomfortable situation no matter what kind of competitor you are. There's always an uneasiness there, but he has to look past that and get his teammates to get on his back here today.
Boy, and I'll tell you, this battle is only going to continue. I mean, you're looking at a lot of youth. Danny Peoples is a junior, is kind of the old man of this quarterback battle. But you look at Tanner Kump, a redshirt freshman, Cole Hopman, who is a redshirt freshman, and then you've got a young man by the name of Brandon Battle, who is a true freshman, that is going to come in and cause some waves in this as well. So Montana Tech will kick off here to the lights, right to left on your radio dial.
I never saw the flag. Oh, yeah, there was a flag on the PAT. So
a hold on, defensive hold, excuse me. End over end kick, deep and out of play as Montana Tech kicked off from the 50. So Northern will get the ball off the touchback. And special teams, the kicking game is one thing that Montana Tech needs more consistency out of. The punt game has either been boom or bust. I mean, there hasn't been much gray. It's either been, 60 to 70 yard punts, or unfortunately we've also seen, 15, 20 yard punts. And if they can get consistency in the punt game, the special teams is really going to be rolling good.
The first home game I saw was spectacular, kicking and punting. In fact, I went down on the field after I left the booth here to talk to Padilla and congratulate him on a great performance overall. So, yeah, you're right. It has been a kind of feast or famine, hasn't it?
1st and 10, and they're going to run the option as Jet Robertson clears the edge. Is across the 30, out to the 37. That's going to be a gain of 12. Nice option look that time. Tommy Wilson held on to it for a while, pitched it out to Jet Robertson, and Jet lived up to his name. He took off and gets 12.
Yeah, you mix it up. Option isn't a bad look from time to time. Against a defense like this, Montana Tech, the speed and physical play, it's no way, I don't believe, for Northern to make a living. But, every once in a while looking at a little lead or speed option isn't a bad look.
1st down and 10. Play action handoff. They're going to run counter to Jet Robertson once again. Robertson stacked up. He'll get 2 very hard yards as he gets hit hard by Tucker Routhey, who had a monster game at Southern. I think, 8 solo tackles I think Routhey had on his own part last week?
Yeah, you said his name so much I learned how to pronounce it. I've been calling him Roth forever, but Routhey, a nice game and a good tackle there. Squared up the running back as he was trying to hit and spin out of that pile, and and put him on his back.
2nd and 8 for Northern at their 38-yard line. Out of the shotgun is Wilson. Wilson, two-step drop, rip shot out to the left. Pass complete. Receiver still on his feet is Bumgardner. Bumgardner gets to the edge, tried to get to the first down marker, and I think he's going to be just shy. Tremendous second effort that time by Bryce Bumgardner, the junior out of Oregon.
Good hustle that time by May. He made a point. I mean, he could see the first down marker and he could see the ball carrier, and he's trying to angle him up, saying, how can I stop him short? How can I stop him short? Got up there and erased him just over the 45-yard line, and they've got to get to the 46 for the first down here.
So just shy of the first down marker, as Haskey said, about a football and a half for the first down. 3rd down and less than 1. Out of the shotgun, Tommy Wilson, one back lined up. Actually under center is Wilson. He's going to keep it himself. Remember, he's a big boy. He'll lean forward, and he'll get 4. Tommy Wilson, 6'1", 205. And he is a hard runner. He just stepped right behind his big center that time and just followed him in.
Yeah. Tavita Leatham, his center, leading the way. He plowed forward for 5 yards, and Wilson was behind him for 3 of them. But a nice job, a nice push. 6'4", 250-pound freshman offensive lineman out of West Jordan, Utah.
1st down and 10. As ball at the 43-yard line. Quick out to the right side. Trying to get to the edge, and just not a whole lot there. Marvin Williams Jr., the receiver, gets the catch. He'll get 2 positive yards. Good pursuit by Tech to the sidelines, as it looked like Williams honestly was going to have some running room and just ran out of territory.
Well, tough duty for wide receiver, 6'1", 185-pounder Seth Ruanili. But he's got a lead block on Connor Wines. You see Connor Wines just pushing him back, containing the play. But, yeah, that's tough duty to have to lead up on Wines.
Wilson out of the shotgun, 2nd down and 8 just across midfield. Long snap count, blitz is coming. Wilson is in trouble. He's going to escape the pocket, still looking downfield. Now he's going to run. Wilson to the 45, spins to the 40. He gets first down yardage. Wilson's going to get 9 on the ground, and Northern will move the chains here. That's a nice run by the quarterback, the senior. Just kept looking, boy. He wanted to throw that thing downfield. There was nothing open, so finally he just packs it up and runs.
Well, middle linebacker Carter Myers had quarterback on that play, and as he escaped, Myers was trying to mirror him. But a good job by Wilson after contact, which was short of the first down marker. Just a subtle spin to the inside and got himself freed up from Myers enough to gain first down ground.
1st down and 10 for the Lights. 1 back, 3 receivers. Jet Robertson in the backfield with Wilson. Wilson, a senior again out of California, as he awaits the snap. Long snap count again. Blitz is coming. Pass across the middle is complete inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. With the catch is Sam Mix, a senior out of Washington, played at Skyline High School. And that's going to move the chains again here for Northern. So a nice pitch and catch that time. The Lights will move the chains. As you mentioned earlier, Northern is young, especially defensively, and they do return a lot of starters on the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, and Mix is one of them, and a good job. That shows experience there, settling down on the in route there from the wide receiver position, in zone coverage, not running into the next zone. Stop, give the quarterback your numbers, and Wilson's savvy enough to find him for the first down gain. 1st
down at 10 here for the Lights. 4 receivers, 1 back. Jet Robertson will get the carry. He gets to the 25-yard line. He'll get 2 positive yards. And that'll bring up 2nd and 8 here for the Lights.
Yeah, both Myers and Nick Amistoy in there at linebacker now. We kind of, in the, who was the home game? Oh, against Eastern Oregon here, we saw them kind of platooning there at middle linebacker, but now they're both on the field there at the inside backers in this 3-4 defense. A tough pair, good linebacker pair. Both run side to side well, both fill well, and tackle in space exceptionally.
2nd down and 8 here for the Lights. Ball at the Montana Tech 25-yard line. 1 back. Robertson moves to the right side with 2 receivers. They're going to run counter to the other side. Lead blocker inside the 20. Robertson, good stretch to the 17. That's another first down for the Lights. So that one will go to about the 16-yard line and move the chains again for Northern.
Yeah, his tight end doing a nice job of reaching that corner. 6'2", 210-pounder out of Hardin, Montana. That's David Evans. He's the true freshman. You should have saw this guy on the basketball court. He was a complete animal. But I watched him play in the state tournament last year. I can't believe he's playing tight end. After watching him play basketball, I believe it. But, yeah, I always wondered what he was going to do. He's an outstanding basketball player, but a real athletic play clearing the corner for his back there.
Empty backfield for Tommy Wilson. 2 receivers left, 3 to the right. 1st and 10 at the Montana Tech 17. Wilson has time, airs it up, and a good read that time defensively as it's stepping in front of the receiver was Zach Morris. as he was the deep safety in coverage that time. Morris reaches across, gets a fingertip on it, deflects it, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
That's the same route scheme that Montana Tech ran earlier in their touchdown drive. Just a void route, an outside release. You got to press cover there and just try and zing that ball in. Once he clears the cornerback up the sideline in front of the safety, it's a dangerous play for a receiver if you got a safety that can get off the hash and put the hit on you. But, yeah, that's Zach Morris was in position there to make the play.
Montana Tech is going to call a timeout. 3:18
Timeout.
left to play here in this first quarter. Montana Tech leading 10-0. Northern is knocking on the door. We'll take a break. We're back here to Bob Green Field after this 1-minute break. Northern has put together a nice drive here. Northern, as of right now, has run 13 offensive plays, 51 total yards in the official numbers. And up to the line of scrimmage they come. Out of the shotgun, Tommy Wilson. One back, tight end left with 3 receivers. Wilson awaiting the snap. Montana Tech will rush 4, hand off to Robertson. Robertson off tackle left. Gets some block, and he's across the 15 to the 12. Robertson does a nice job waiting for his blocking to develop. He'll find a seam, and he'll lean forward and get yards.
Yeah, good patient runner, and his offensive front to that short side is doing a nice job of getting hat on hat. Now, Tech not bringing any kind of pressure that time. They're backed off. They just had a 4-man surface. Everybody kind of just sitting back in an umbrella-type coverage. But we'll see if Montana Tech doesn't bring a little pressure here on 3rd down.
3rd and 5, Wilson, senior quarterback, out of the shotgun. Jet Robertson on his left side by a step. 3 receivers, 1 left, 2 to the right. Ball on the left hash mark. As Wilson awaiting the snap. Montana Tech will rush 4. Wilson looking left, has time. Pass, hits his receiver, hits his shoulder pads, and bounces clean out.
Really nice ball that time. Not much room there, but he put it right on the mark and bounced it off his receiver.
Eisenbarth.
Yeah, Eisenbarth, Jared Eisenbarth, who was covered. It looked like, kind of man coverage by Montana Tech inside linebacker, step by step, Nick Amastoy. That's one of those completions. Those are the difference makers, in moving the sticks, and Northern's unable to convert there.
So a 30-yard field goal attempt is up here for Northern. On the left hash mark, once again, 30 yards, the attempt. Snap, it's blocked. It's knocked into the air, goes to the ground, and it will be fielded. So Montana Tech will get the football as Naoki Harmer blocks it. And Harmer continues to play defensively, special teams. Naoki came in, got a fingertip on it. Montana Tech's going to get the football back.
Go watch a team work on PAT field goal and watch them. You'll see more than one stopwatch there because, they're down to the fraction of a second. I'm talking 1.14, 1.16. They know, someone like Harmer can get through there. 1.2, 1.25. That thing has a chance of being blocked. Did you see that snap? It was a loose snap, a slow snap, and that was the difference Tech needed for Harmer to get a hand on that ball.
Cole Hopman out of the shotgun for the Digs. One back at home, and the tailback will get it. Jed Fyke, he kicks it out on the right side. Jed to the 25-30, cuts back at the 35-yard line, shoved out of bounds there. A gain of 20 for Jed Fyke. Actually, they'll put him out at the 37, so a gain of 22 for Jed Fyke.
It's going to be a tough sell, but someone's got to tell Fyke, as much as he carries the ball, it's okay to take the ball and step out of bounds once in a while. It's like he refuses.
I guarantee he's got to be a Walter Payton fan. That's all there is to it. 4 receivers, 1 back. Quick hitter out to Dion. Dion on the right wing to the 40-yard line, a gain of 2.
I'm a Payton fan, and I couldn't wait to get out of bounds. I'm a huge. I come from a huge family of all Walter Payton fans. And I think every one of us wanted to run out of bounds.
Point proven.
There you go.
2nd and 8, Montana Tech with the ball at their 39-yard line. The Dig's up 10-0, $1:40 left to play here in the opening quarter. 1 back, 3 receivers. Tailback will get it, Jed Fyke, as he looks for running room. Big stiff arm out across the 45-yard line. He absolutely deposited the safety on his behind and gets an extra 3 yards after the fact.
Wow, that was like a punch. That was like a punch. I got a left hook as he cut, as he was running to the right, he went to cut and punched with that left arm and sent the northern safety flying.
3rd down and 2. Fyke will get it again. Fyke this time gets 3 as he was hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Northern, nice job pinching down there in the trenches and getting to him and making the stop is going to be Chris once again. So Davari Chris playing well in the center of that formation.
You get a sense that Montana Tech's looking, to really work on the development of Hopman here today at quarterback. They're running the ball, certainly. It's Fyke's show, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take a shot here to Hoffman or somebody as this running game succeeds.
Hopman going to keep it himself. He faked the handoff. He's going to turn it upfield. Cole Hopman to the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 13. Boy, and I was just pointing out, you're talking about Hoffman. He's on the near side receiver for us, and they're giving him about a 15-yard cushion. And we'll see if they'll keep that out there. They were on press a little bit earlier, but they really have backed off him.
He does a nice job of separating. He is a really, really athletic big kid, and he's got just outstanding feet.
1st and 10, Montana Tech into the quick offense. Great job. Fyke got the carry, and again there defensively is Chris. Boy, Chris makes a great tackle. That's a loss of 1 on the play.
I think that was Davari. Yeah,
Davari Chris.
I'm sorry, I don't have my reading glasses, so it's taken me. I got to hold it as far away as I can here. Yeah, but Chris getting in there, going underneath the lead block and getting into the feet of Fyke. That really nice play on defense.
Yeah, he got through a blocker and made it happen. 2 receivers on each side, and it looks like Montana Tech. We're going to have a timeout. And it looks like Tech was forced to call their 2nd timeout. Actually, that's the end of the quarter. I apologize. So 10-0 our score. Montana Tech with the lead over the lights of MSU Northern. We have 1 quarter in the books. Frontier Conference action, KBOW Butte, KPQX in Havre. We'll take a break. Start of the 2nd quarter up right after this 1-minute break.
That was a quick quarter. What's that?
I wouldn't even pay attention to the clock. I looked up.
I'm Ron Layton. This job has afforded me the opportunity to travel, been around the world 3 times. And what I learned at Montana Tech helped me at the White House, helped me everywhere that I've been. Being a digger means to me that you've got an unusual sense of perseverance. Many times in life you find out that your greatest breakthroughs come after your most difficult struggles. And that's what I got from Montana Tech. Montana Tech was my solution.
Northern 15 offensive plays for 56 as of right now. Jed Fyke, 9 carries, 52 yards. Cole Hopman, 3 carries for 50 yards so far in the first half.
Yeah, Hopman's had a really nice half throwing and running.
Hopman gives it out to Fyke. Fyke gets hit hard, and he'll lean forward for a slight gain, a gain of 2, maybe 3. Nice job defensively, Jake Norby.
Yeah, Norby played that really well. Gave a little ground with a seam release there, trying to clear him, but eyes to the backfield. Recognized the back out, reacted to the back in the flat, and made a nice hit on Fyke.
3rd down and 10. Montana Tech ball at the Northern 40-yard line. 2 receivers each way. Cole Hopman, the redshirt freshman, making his first start for Montana Tech. Blitz is coming. Picked up well. Nice job. Hopman wants the deep ball. Hoffman is on his horse. Off his fingertips. Incomplete.
Boy, would he like to have that one back. That was a really well-thrown ball that time by Hopman to Trevor Hoffman on the deep post, and yeah, no doubt Hoffman would like that one back.
So the punting unit comes in here for Montana Tech. 14:22 left to play in the first half. The blitz was coming hard. Northern sold out. They brought everybody in the Tech offensive front, gave Hoffman a ton of time.
Yeah, the offensive front did a nice job of picking that up.
High kick, trying to keep some air under it, let the bullets get down, and it will get into the end zone. Bounces 1 yard deep. So the touchback will come out to the 20, but there is a flag down here. And we'll see what our white hat gives us with this flag. And Montana Tech signaling that it's a Northern penalty.
You know who the white hat is?
Who is the white hat?
It's that dude that played all the golf courses this summer that was on the news. The former Montana Tech.
The white hat? You mean, you're talking about the red hat.
Well,
I'm talking about the white hat
the white
official.
Hat. Yeah, I'm talking about, the green hat.
Personal foul. Roughing the snapper. Defense, number 47.
Roughing the kicker
That's
call.
an automatic first down.
So an automatic first down. Montana Tech going to get a fresh set of downs.
How didn't I see that?
I didn't see the flag at all. So roughing the kicker, Montana Tech will get the football at the 25-yard line. Hey, you're talking about Sean. Sean was kind enough to do a game for me
Sean
earlier
Ryan.
this year. Yep.
Oh, so that was him?
Yep,
That's
the Hellgate game.
Did the Butte High game? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
First down at 10.
He's a really great kid. I talked to him all about his trip at the, I think it was the Coca-Cola Classic, but yeah, fascinating.
One back, three receivers. Cole Hoffman gets it out to Hoffman. Hoffman gets a block across the 20-yard line. Good job keeping his feet, and he gets down near the 16.
See what I mean about the feet, though? He's got, for a big receiver, he's got great change of direction ability, and, as he spins, and, talking full 360 type spins, he does a great job of staying on his feet.
13:51 left to play here in the first half. Montana Tech with the football. Boy, that could be a costly penalty here for Northern. As remember, Montana Tech punted that football away. There was a roughing the kicker, so Montana Tech gets the football back. They're looking at 2nd down and 2 at the 17-yard line.
Where's Barry in Washington? Do you know?
No idea.
Is it West Coast or?
I truthfully don't know. Full house backfield. Hoffman's going to keep it. He has a blocker out in front. As across the 5, Cole Hoffman is in for 6. Cole Hoffman, that's a great block. Coming across in front of him was Tyler Folks. Folks leads the charge on the block. Folks gets a spring, and Cole Hoffman is in for the score.
And McCamley up top held his stock block the entire time. That on a play that took 5, 6, 7 seconds to develop and get to the end zone. McCamley got into his cornerback up there, sealed an inside running lane for Hoffman, but a great job of stock block, and he'll get big props at the film session for that.
Kick is up and through, and Montana Tech goes up 17-0. So after a roughing the kicker call, Montana Tech gets the ball back and gets a touchdown out of it. The Digs leading Northern 17-0. Frontier Conference action, KBOW. We'll take a break. We're back here to Bob Green Field after this 1-minute timeout.
Grit's something that I learned early in my family. It was a great part of the Montana Tech experience.
Grit makes me think about how Butte came about. It was built on the hard work mentality.
It goes back to just being a Montanan. There's a rancher or a farmer in everybody's family.
Grit is just part of life there.
Rolling up your sleeves and doing the work necessary.
And that's where grit comes in. Understanding where you want to do and really following the passion that you have in life.
Grit grows at Montana Tech.
I think there's more than one thing that makes Montana Tech unique.
I think it's incredible. It's special.
I've always kind of thrived off the adventure side of things and the unknown. There's no place I'd rather be going to school.
Montana Tech has provided me more than I ever could have expected.
Montana Tech made me a trailblazer.
Montana Tech made me a healer.
Montana Tech is my solution.
Be the solution. Visit Montana Tech today.
Down. Okay. Don't sweat it.
That means the lights, number 23, Samuel Gregory, number 2, Jeff Robert.
We're back here once again, Frontier Conference action on your hometown station, KBOW Buttes, KPQX in Hever. as Montana Tech getting ready to kick things off to the lights of MSU Northern. So Montana Tech will kick off. Again, the Diggers get a touchdown as they were punting the football. They had a roughing the kicker, so Montana Tech got a fresh set of downs, and they get 7 points out of that penalty. So the kickoff bobbled inside the 5-yard line, picked up at the 1. Northern with the return deep across the 5, battling to the 10 to the 12. So the kickoff is bobbled, and Northern picks it up basically at the goal line, and the Lights will have it at their own 12-yard line.
Yeah, Samuel Brayboy, 6'1", 208-pound freshman out of Auburn, Washington. He went back to field it and bobbled it. Ball rolled down to the 2-yard line. He did a great job of getting that thing and getting up over the 10-yard line to the 12 or 13-yard line here. I mean, it looked like that was one of those ones where they were going to be starting this series maybe inside their 2-yard line, but Brayboy didn't panic. He went back, got the ball, picked up whatever blocks he could, and got the ball out over the 10 at least.
So here come the Lights out offensively. Tommy Wilson will bring them out on their own 12-yard line. 1 back, 4 receivers. Montana Tech presents a 4-man defensive front. Diggs up 17-0. Wilson will hand off, and the minute he does, both teams are just hammered. As Montana Tech had such penetration, a defensive lineman destroyed Jet Robertson right when he got the football, so Wilson just kept the handle on it, and he gets hit, and he'll lose 2 yards.
Well, that was Jesse Sims meeting the mesh point of the handoff and absolutely flattened the running back. Looked like a lead blocker and a running back, but, credit to Wilson. He got the ball pulled out. Granted, he still lost a yard or 2, but, he at least made almost an operable play out of it.
1 back, 3 receivers. Out of the shotgun, handoff going to go to Robertson. He turns it upfield across the 15 to the 16. That's going to be a gain of 5 on the carry.
You've heard me sing the Tech defense's praises plenty this year, but this is where it really gets tough. Now they've seen you run a few series. They start to learn your tendencies, and that starts from the booth, the coaching booth, on down to the sideline. They're starting to see it. This is where they really become a nightmare, because they can really start to dial in their pressure packages, their slant packages, their twist packages up front, and it really becomes a nightmare.
3rd down and 7. Montana Tech, 4 guys on the defensive front. Out of the shotgun is Wilson. He has Robertson with him. Wilson's going to roll the pocket right, airs it up downfield, has a man complete. 1st down yardage plus a few as he's across the 25 out to the 28-yard line.
That was a rub route out there, and a good job by, boy, it looked like,
Keegan Stroop with a reception. The freshman out of Belt got the ball, but as far as the
I think the receiver that ran, James Gillum out of Browning, did a nice job. The rub routes, it's one thing to run a rub route, but you have to do it properly. You can't go out and collision the guy. It's offensive pass interference. Yep. But he did a nice job of changing his speed, getting up the seam to time up, the defender running into him who had man responsibility on the completion.
Fresh set of downs for Northern. Wilson looking left the whole way. Pass complete across the 30, spinning to the 35. As pass complete that time goes to Marvin Williams Jr., the sophomore out of Tacoma, Washington. And that's going to be a gain of 7 for the Lights.
The few times they're catching Tech in just an umbrella, we used to call it cover 8. Some people call it cover 4, but that quarters coverage, the few times that they've caught Tech just in that generic cover 8 coverage, that quarters coverage, they've exposed it well. That coverage is really, really vulnerable in the the deeper flat, that 7 to 8 to 10 yard area, and Northern has exposed it. Offensively, they've exposed that coverage pretty well today.
2nd down and 3, man goes in motion. Wilson will hand it off to Robertson. Robertson head down to the 40, and that's 1st down yardage. He'll get 4, nearly 5 on the carry, so Northern will move the chains once again. Northern 18 offensive plays, 71 yards. Jet Robertson has 7 carries for 38 so far. And the Lights will get a fresh set of downs. Montana Tech leading 17-0.
I'm not going to say Northern's small up front, but they're not huge. They're having a nice game so far. They've done a nice job. Tech's, their entire defense, that front 7 is as experienced as anybody in the conference, and they've done a pretty sound job so far.
1st down and 10, man in motion going is Mix. They're going to run play action pass. Wilson has time, airs it up, and caught at the Montana Tech 40 to the 35 as they go to one of the big tight ends here on the near side with the reception is Jordan Pugh. Jr. will haul it in, and that will move the chains for Northern as they're down to the Montana Tech 35-yard line. Nice play-action pass that time by Tommy Wilson.
Yeah, that was a good throwback at that time. Northern bootlegging to the wide side of the field, but they had no one in the route over there. I saw a couple Tech defenders turn it around, spinning their heads around, looking for somebody to run their way. And Wilson did a nice job of selling play side and then throwing back to the corner route. A good completion against, Amistoy had good coverage on the tight end there.
1st and 10 from the Montana Tech 35. Handoff will go up the middle with the carry is Samuel Brayboy. As you mentioned, the freshman out of Washington, Brayboy will get 4 on the carry. So Northern continues to keep the ball on the ground here. Northern has rushed the ball 12 times.
Another thing that I like what Northern's doing, and we see Tech do it all the time, but you're seeing a lot of bodies run on and off the field here. A lot of different wide receivers, wide receiver combinations, guys in the backfield. They're keeping fresh legs. That's another way to build a good program, is to get a lot of bodies in the game and in action on Saturdays.
5 receivers, empty backfield. Wilson going to go quickly to the right side. Pass complete, big hit delivered, but caught. As making that reception on the far side of the field is going to be Keegan Stroop. Stroop, again out of belt, gets his 2nd reception here in the first half, bring up a very manageable 3rd and 1 for the Lights. This is something we've seen out of Montana Tech, where teams are able to move the ball, between the 20s. But boy, once you clear that 20 this year for Montana Tech, once you get their back up against the ropes a little bit, this Tech defense gets insanely tough.
Yeah, and they're showing a lot of zone, and you start getting in the red zone, all of a sudden those zones shrink a little bit. They don't have to cover quite the turf.
Wilson keeps it straight ahead, and he will, boy, it's going to be awfully close, but it should move the chains for the Lights.
I think he just needed the 25-yard line, and they've got him the football length across it, so they're going to move the chains here.
And that is the case. 1st and 10 here for the Lights as they look to the sideline for the play call. Montana Tech leading 17-0. 8:15 left to play in the first half. We've had a very quick first half thus far. Northern has run 23 offensive plays for 117 yards. Wilson is 8 of 11 for 76. Jet Robertson has 7 carries for 39 yards thus far. And in the backfield is going to be, it's going to be Brayboy back there. 4 receivers, Brayboy in the backfield, 4-man pressure. Wilson goes right side, they'll set up screen. Good blocking in front. And a complete down to the 20-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 5.
Good fill that time by Zach Morris, getting off the hash. He was a half-field safety there. Good reaction. Well-timed screenplay by Northern. I mean, that was a good time to run it. Tech bringing a little pressure, getting the ball out there, but Morris did a nice job of reacting, getting up there. He went to his knees, but he maintained the drive on the tackle.
7:20 left to play here in the first half. Montana Tech leading 17-0. Tommy Wilson out of the shotgun. 1 back behind him lined up in the pistol. Snap goes high. Wilson able to get it, but he's going to get sacked. As coming down from the far side, Connor Wines. That ball gets knocked into the air. Tommy Wilson tips it to himself, and the minute he turned around, the senior Connor Wines was there to say hi.
Yeah, the high snap. Wilson got a hand on it to control it, but that half second or quarter second that the ball's just flutter in the air, it's an eternity for Wilson. And Wines came untouched off the boundary side there. Got a dream shot on Wilson.
6:40 left to play in the first half. 3rd down and 10 for the Lights at the Montana Tech 25-yard line. Montana Tech showing that they're going to bring pressure. We'll see if they do. 1 receiver each way. They're going to hand it off on the jet fly, trying to get the edge, and Montana Tech is all over it. They're actually going to lose 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage as they come on the fly. Bumgardner got the carry, and Bumgardner shut down immediately.
I'm not going to hack on the officials. Montana Tech up 17-0 here, but you still have to officiate the game. Wines comes up and does a great job of containing the play, reacts to an inside cut out of the back. The lead blocker's got him by the collar, the jersey, holding him. No call there, but that's what I was sitting there giving you the holding call.
Looks like we're going to get a timeout
Northern.
on the field.
That's their first.
6:02 left to play here in the first half. Montana Tech up 17-0. Northern will take a break and decide what's happening on 4th and 12. We're back here to Bob Green Field after this 1-minute timeout.
Civil engineers build the infrastructure that, you know, the world needs to function every day.
With the degree and the education that you get, you're going to land some great jobs.
Civil engineering at Montana Tech will really prepare you for the future.
Our students walk out with really high-paying jobs. That's what we're all about. 100-year history of doing that.
If you decide that engineering is what you want to do, there's no better place than Montana Tech.
It's amazing to me that we have 6 kids in this family that grew up on a farm, small ranch. We all turned out to be engineers.
My great-grandparents, all of their children attended Tech and graduated with degrees. Montana Tech felt more like a family, and they really wanted me to come and be a part of it.
Very rare you'll see a family of 6 engineers and married to engineers. So there's a bloodline there that's pretty rare.
Montana Tech is my family's solution.
Naoki Harmer lays out and knocks that one clean. So a turnover on downs, a big pass breakup by Naoki Harmer.
Perfectly timed. There was a really well-thrown ball that time. Harmer made the ground he needed to. Looked like the completion was going to be made. Harmer reached with the proper arm, got the ball batted away. And Coach McFadden, I hope you're going to the Samoa Cookhouse regularly and dining, our favorite place at Montana Tech when I coached.
Yeah, that's a monster play by Harmer. From here, it looked like that was first down yardage, maybe even points. And Naoki Harmer able to make up ground and knock that out. Turnover on downs. Montana Tech gets the ball back. Handoff to Fyke. Fyke across the 30. Actually, it's Folks in there. Folks across the 30. He gets to the 33, so Folks will get 6. That'll bring up 2nd and 4 here for Montana Tech.
I'm hoping if Montana Tech can continue to increase on their lead today, they can get a look at some young backs, give Fyke a much-deserved rest, between, the tough weeks he's seen so far, this week and the upcoming bye week. That would serve that whole backfield good.
2nd and 4, straight ahead across the 35, out to the 38-yard line.
Although he isn't running like he needs rest.
No, not even remotely.
Tough run that time by Fyke. He met bodies at the line of scrimmage, was able to bounce, spin, drag for an additional 5-6 yards and move those sticks.
Fyke, when you look, he looks like he's carved out of granite. I mean, he is just an absolute specimen when you see him in person, for goodness sake. 1st and 10, 3 receivers, 1 back. Hopman in at quarterback, quick hitter. A pass completes as that one goes to Steele to the 43-yard line. Steele is stacked up, a gain of 5, so Alex Steele will get another catch. Montana Tech brings up 2nd and 5 from their 44-yard line.
Yeah, Hopman looks comfortable throwing the ball. He's got, kind of a deliberate release. You'll see he starts with that thing kind of in his belly, and he's kind of full wind up in throwing. That's something they'll sharpen up, maybe quicken up his release a little bit. But, yeah, a capable run of the ball, no doubt about it. Just, it'd be nice if, they could look to throw with him a little more often.
Fly motion, Hopman gonna carry it, and he'll get first down yardage as he stretches basically to midfield. Throwing the football so far, Cole Hopman is 10 of 13 for 88 yards and a touchdown. And running the football, Hopman has 5 carries now for about 66 yards.
Backup players are great miracle workers. They can cure injuries on the sideline faster than anything in the world.
Yeah, Cubs probably feeling a lot better here today.
That is the fact of the matter. I'm sorry. That is it.
They're going to run reverse as Steele gets the ball. He'll turn the corner across the 50, 45, 40, down the right side at the 30. Cut back 25, 20 to the 15-yard line. I thought it was Steele, but it's Kylie Caprera on the reverse. And the young man out of Butte High School down to the 15-yard line. Big-time reverse to Kylie Caprera. And Montana Tech 1st and 10 at the northern 15-yard line.
Great play, really well timed. So much action in that backfield, so much run action between quarterback and tailback. That time had a little play action in the backfield, a little a movement to the left side, and then catching Caprera on the end around in literally every helmet. You could, going into that, you could see every helmet on that northern side of the ball turn.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Cole Hopman puts Jed Fyke on his right hip. 3:45 left to play in the first half, as now we're going to get a flag, and that's going to be a delay of game. Montana Tech just couldn't get set up properly, so the dig's going to be hit with a delay of game.
Prior to the snap,
and that
false
one's gonna
start,
back up 5.
number 61,
so
5 yards, still first
20.
down.
Right now, Montana Tech has run 29 offensive plays for 224 yards. And actually, that's been updated. 31 plays for 265 for the Digs right now. Hopman's 11 of 14 for 93. He has also run the ball 5 times for 72 yards. Hopman, pump fake, double move into the end zone. Dion's there. Touchdown, Montana Tech. Dion Williams. Boy, that's a great pass down into the back of the end zone as he puts it just on an exact spot. Dion Williams goes up and hauls it in.
The thing with me is I see the effort that all these wideouts, I mean all of them, and they play, what, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 a game. The effort they make to block the perimeter, I just love it when they spring them open. Yeah. I mean, you know, just one little reward. Throw them the ball. Here you go. Okay, now mangle your hands, stock blocking some more, you know.
Montana Tech will bring the kicking unit in. PAT is up, and it is good. The Digs leading Northern 24-0. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Frontier Conference action on KPQX in Havre, KBOW in Buttes. We'll take a break. We're back here after this 1-minute timeout.
Dude, Hudson, your new man cave is sweet.
Come watch the game.
Dude, they're gonna score.
Man cave, lady lounges, whatever you call them, Steele's Furniture has exactly what you need to make your room come to life. Shop our Man Cave showroom today for ideas to upgrade your bar set, fireplace, TV, recliner, furniture set, and refrigerator. Steele's Furniture, making man caves happen for 87 years.
Northern 24-0 as the Lights will get the football back. The Lights 28 offensive plays, 116 yards. Tommy Wilson has 9 of 13 for 81 thus far. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Running the football, Jet Robertson, 7 carries for 39 yards is their big back thus far. And again, Northern, honestly, between the 25s has moved the football well. Again, it's just Montana Tech, and it's not just Northern. Every team this year, Montana Tech's red zone is very solid defensively this year, really not allowing much in the way of points, let alone touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't think I'm saying anything anybody wouldn't expect. Northern's not going to win this football game. But there's a lot of things they can work on, and you can see they are working on it. You know, they're
timeout. Northern. That's their second.
They're moving the ball pretty well against a really good defense. You know, so that can tell you a lot about yourselves as a team. I talked earlier about small victories. Go out, move the chains. I mean, those are things you can build on. You know, when you're recruiting, moving into the next week. You know, those kind of things.
This is KBOW Butte, KPQX in Havre. Paul Penisco, Ron Haskett. We'll go ahead and keep her here as we roll through.
That was my signal for I got to get to volleyball.
You have to get to volleyball?
I'm pretty close to tip off here. I'm
right.
Sorry.
No, you're golden. Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Haskett is off for volleyball.
What I'm lacking as a provider, as a father, I got to make up for in good support. That's what I'm doing today.
You're the king of the world.
I got to go watch volleyball, but yeah, I'll keep you tuned in on the radio, my friend.
All right, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Haskett.
All right, peace.
Peace. So the Lights will come out here offensively. 1st down and 10. They're forced to take a timeout. Finish your pizza first. I mean, come on. 1 back, 3 receivers here for the Lights. 2 to the right, 1 to the left for Wilson. Wilson will take it out of the shotgun. And we get the whistle, and we're officially rolling. So Wilson again out of the shotgun. 1 back, 3 receivers. Wilson so far on the day is 9 of 13 for 81 yards. Play action, Wilson going to throw. Steps up in the pocket, delivers downfield off his receiver's hands, incomplete. Hit Marvin Williams in the hands. He just unable to bring it in, so that'll bring up an incomplete pass. 3:25 left to play in the first half. And the Lights will reset. 2nd down and 10. Up to the line of scrimmage they come. Lights 1 back, 4 receivers. Trips right, 1 of the lefts. Montana Tech brings 5 up to the defensive front. We'll see if they all come or if they back out of it. Out of the shotgun, Wilson. Wilson looking left the whole way. Pump fake once. Good defense downfield. It's thrown downfield and incomplete. Boy, that's a well-thrown football. Bryce Bumgardner, the intended target. He got his left hand on it. Naoki Harmer was all over him. And that one will fall incomplete. Boy, that's a nice throw by Wilson. Really put it out there where Bumgardner is going to have to make a fantastic catch to haul it in, as Harmer was all over him. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. So the Digs back out here defensively. Northern will try and move the chains. Ball at their 25-yard line. Wilson, the senior, looking to the sideline. Wilson, one back at home, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right, both really tight to the line of scrimmage. Blitz is coming. Wilson across the middle, pass complete, big hit delivered at the 35, but that should be 1st down yardage with the catch as Jet Robertson with the catch, and Robertson will get nearly 11. So Robertson, who was lined up on the right side of that formation, gets the pass and moves the chains for the Lights. So right now, Tommy Wilson closing in on 100 yards throwing here for the Lights. 2 receivers to his right. Tight end left with a receiver on the left. Montana Tech creeps up 4 to the line of scrimmage. Connor Wines is coming. Wilson, screen pass is blown up and actually going to lose a yard, maybe 2. As great defensive effort that time by Montana Tech. 2 guys out there in coverage. As a corner and safety up over the top. Jake Orvis, the young redshirt freshman out of Billings Senior, the first to make contact. Justin May comes to help, as the receiver that time at Bumgardner gets the catch and loses 1. 2nd and 11. Jake Orvis kind of thrown in here at corner. He had a tremendous career at senior, played on both sides of the ball, and has seen more and more reps as this season's gone on. Montana Tech showing blitz. 1 back, 3 receivers. Wilson gets the snap, looking right. 1-on-1 down the sideline. It's up, almost caught. That one's going to fall incomplete. They had 1-on-1 coverage on the sideline, and that will fall incomplete. 3rd down and 11 now for the Lights. 2 minutes, 3 seconds left to play here in this first half. Frontier Conference action on KBOW Butte, KPQX in Havre. As the Lights, 3rd down and 11. 1 back, 3 receivers, tight end right. Northern has used the tight end quite a bit so far here in the first half. Looks like they spotted the ball at the wrong place. They put it at the stick, not the down markers. So 3rd and 11. Ball at the Northern 34-yard line. 3 receivers, 1 back. Wilson, blitz is coming. Wilson stands, delivers, tosses it up, and it's caught. Nope, bobbled and dropped. Bumgardner, boy, he got both hands on it, and that one came out on him. Out there defensively was Matthew Drake, the sophomore out of Oxnard, California. I have to apologize to Drake. I thought he was Washington last weekend. Jordan Washington wears number 21, the freshman out of California. I thought my numbers were mixed up, but it was Drake playing against Southern last week, and I called him Washington a couple times, so maybe, hopefully one day he'll forgive me. 4th down and 11, and the punting unit is in. Drake drifts over to the left. Montana Tech will bring a little pressure, and the punt is away. Steele comes up to field it at the Montana Tech 35. Steele to the 40. He'll cut back to his left. He's hit and dragged down at the 42. So Alex Steele with the return out to the 43 officially, and Montana Tech will take over with 1:45 left to play here in the first half. Montana Tech gets the ball back to their offense here. The Digs, 32 offensive plays, 285 yards. And right now, Cole Hopman is 12 of 15 through the air, 113 yards. He's thrown 2 touchdowns. He's also rushed for 72 yards on 5 carries. So Cole Hopman has thrown 2 touchdowns, rushed for 1. And Montana Tech leading 24-0. 2 receivers each way. Cole Hopman, pump fake once, looking for the deep ball left side. Ball is batted at the line of scrimmage, as Hopman got drugged down there after the fact, but one of the defensive ends got a hand up and just partially tipped that football. So 2nd and 10 here for Montana Tech as they come up to the line of scrimmage quickly. As Haskett mentioned earlier, an opportunity for Montana Tech as well to work on things here. But you've got a redshirt freshman who is making his first collegiate starts. The idea of actual 2-minute drill time is really important. 2 receivers each way. Hopman, draw play. He'll hand it off to Fyke. Fyke with a stiff arm. He's going to get around the edge. Fyke at the 50, 45, cut back at the 40 to the Northern 37-yard line. Jed Fyke will go good for 20. And that will move the chains for Montana Tech. They'll stop the clock to set the chains. Jed Fyke goes for 20. He has rushed for 78 yards today. 4 receivers, 1 back. Hopman gets the snap. He's going to roll the pocket left. Cole Hopman airs it up and has a man, but it's dropped and incomplete at the stick. As out there, the receiver intended was Sam McCamley. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 on the incompletion. 1:17 left to play here in this first half. Montana Tech with 2 timeouts. Ball at the northern 38-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right here for Montana Tech. And Hoffman, actually 3 receivers now to the right side. They'll switch Hoffman from right to left now. As Hoffman, Cole Hoffman, the redshirt freshman, will change the play. 2 receivers on his right. Ball on the right hash mark. Cole Hoffman, 3-step drop. Pocket starts to collapse. He steps up, looking for the deep ball. He has a man, and it falls between 2 Tech receivers. As out there in the route, Ontario Johnson was out there. Also, Hoffman was there. And it falls out in front of both. It's kind of strange. They both kind of looked at each other like the other was the intended target. Neither really kind of kicked in the afterburner to get it. It falls incomplete. 3rd down and 10 now for Montana Tech. Cole Hopman out of the shotgun again. Jed Fyke in the backfield. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Ball at the northern 39-yard line. 1:10 left to play here in this first half. Cole Hopman puts Fyke on his left side. Hopman drops back, looking right, airs it up. Dion Williams, back shoulder throw to the 20. He goes down to the 19. 1st down yardage. Dion Williams gets the catch. That's a gain of 20. And that will give Montana Tech a fresh set of downs at the northern 19-yard line. 1:03 left to play here in the first half. As up to the line of scrimmage, Cole Hopman. Fyke in the backfield, 2 receivers on each side. 1st and 10 from the 19. Hopman airs it up. Dion is the man, and he's going to go out of bounds. Tried the back shoulder throw once again. Dion acrobatics to make the catch, but he was well out of play. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Clock stops with 50 seconds remaining here in this first half. We'll run you through the numbers and more here at the half. As Montana Tech changing out personnel here. Looks like Hoffman, Steele, and Dion will go wide lefts. Tight end on the right side of the formation. Cole Hopman out of the shotgun with Jed Fyke in the backfield. Watch tight end out. 2nd down and 10 from the 19. Hopman stands in the pocket. He wants the deep ball into the end zone behind his receiver, Hoffman. Good coverage out in the secondary that time. And that will fall incomplete. Bring up 3rd down and 10 now for Tech. 45 seconds remaining in this opening half. Good coverage out there that time by Damian Nelson. Nelson playing right corner here for the Lights as he was draped all over Hoffman. 3rd down and 10. Montana Tech at the northern 19-yard line. 4 receivers, 1 back. Cole Hopman making his first collegiate start here for Montana Tech. And he's throwing the football well. 13-20 for a $132 thus far. Hopman, pump fake right. He wants the double move into the end zone. Dion is there, and it's overthrown incomplete. And we're going to get a late flag. And by the reaction, this one might go against Tech. We'll wait and see what we get from our white hat. As the players got up in the backfield. It looks like either a late hit or some extracurriculars here.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 70, 15 yards the previous spot, 3rd down.
So a personal foul against Montana Tech. And that will back him up 15 as that one goes against Grant Benz, the junior out of North Dakota.
Yes, live ball, 3rd down.
So 3rd down and long here for Montana Tech. As the ball is spotted at the 34-yard line of Northern. Tech needs to get to the 10. So 3rd and 24, 1 back, 4 receivers. 39 seconds remaining here in the first half. Montana Tech leading 24-0. Hoffman in motion right to left across the formation. As Hoffman drops back, steps up, gets away from 1, still looking to throw. Hoffman airs it up, pass complete inside the 20 to Hoffman. And that's going to get the penalty yards back, a gain of 15, bring up 4th down and 10 here for Montana Tech. So the Diggs offense, right now the offense still staying on the field. 4th and 10 with 17. Actually, the clock's still running here. The play clock is at 11 seconds. The game clock, or excuse me, the play clock at 20. The game clock now down to 8. I assume they'll let it go to a second, call a timeout, and attempt a field goal here to end the half. And
Timeout.
Montana Tech
Montana
does
Tech,
call a
that's their
timeout.
second.
So the Digs leading 24-0. Frontier Conference action here on KBOW Butte, KPQX in Hever. And we'll go ahead and keep it here as Montana Tech calls a timeout with 3 seconds left to play here in the first half. The Digs had huddled up on the sidelines. They had broke the huddle and went out on the field. Now they come back. Padilla is walking up and down the sideline, so I assume we'll get Padilla in here for a field goal attempt. Looking at about a 37-yarder from the right hash mark. 3 seconds left to play here in the first half. And as the teams do come back out, Padilla will be giving it a field goal try here. His holder, Bryce Missy, a sophomore out of Washington.
Field goal for Montana Tech.
So a 37-yard attempt from the right hash mark. And Padilla is backing away here. They're waiting to set the ball and get it started. Now we're officially underway. Play clock will get rolling. So they'll spot it at the 27-yard line. A 37-yard attempt from the right hash mark. Pretty stiff wind coming left to right for Padilla as well as wind's out of the west. Awaiting the snap, a little low, able to dig it out. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. It goes wide right. So Padilla unable to get it through. So with 1/2 of football in the books, Montana Tech leading Northern 24-0. Frontier Conference action here on KBOW Butte, KPQX in Havre. We'll take a break. We'll come back, give you the numbers after this 2-minute timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to honor the 2018 Hall of Fame inductees. Introducing first, Sherman Vernon. Sherman played 2 seasons of basketball for the Orediggers from 1986 to 1988, averaging 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists per game as a senior, leading the Orediggers to a Frontier Conference regular season title and tournament championship. Tech just missed the national tournament as a runner-up in the District 12 championship. In addition, Vernon received the Rick Shaw Memorial MVP Award and was named the Frontier Conference Player of the Year and an honorable mention All-American. Vernon graduated from Montana Tech in 1991 with a degree in Society and Technology, and he is currently a college professor and has obtained 3 master's degrees in sports management, organizational management, and human resources management. Vernon will finish a doctorate in education leadership this year. Our next Hall of Famer is Jim Patelis. Jim was an offensive lineman for the Orediggers from 1979 to 1980. The senior captain transferred to Montana Tech from Lock Haven College in Pennsylvania. Oredigger head coach Bill Connors also came from Lock Haven and brought Patelis to the mining city to lead the Orediggers. Patelis was a two-time first-team all-conference selection and helped lead the Orediggers to the 1979 Frontier Conference title. As a senior, Patelis was named first-team all-district by the NAIA and was an honorable mention on the Associated Press All-American team. Patelis graduated from Montana Tech with a degree in Society and Technology. After graduation, he started his professional career in corrections, working as a state probation and parole officer before becoming a federal probation officer for 25 years. And most recently, Patelis was the State House Representative for House District 52 in Billings. Our next Hall of Famer inductee, Steve Hausler. Running back Steve Hausler was also a Pennsylvania transfer, playing from 1979 to 1980. Hausler gained 2,230 yards in 2 seasons while scoring 20 touchdowns. He was the top rusher in NAIA District 12, averaging 124.1 yards per game in 1979 when Tech won the Frontier Conference title. Hausler averaged 5.1 yards per carry and was ranked 7th in the nation in scoring with 13 touchdowns. Hausler was named Honorable Mention Kodak College All-American in 1979. The next season, Hausler was named First Team All-American, finishing the year with 1,113 yards, averaging 123 yards per game and scoring 7 touchdowns. Next up is Nolan Saraceni. Saraceni, a 2-time first-team American Football Coaches Association NAIA All-American 2015 and 2016, was unstoppable by opposing defenses. The Billings native is 4th all-time in rushing yards and touchdowns, finishing with 3,487 and 42, respectively. Nolan holds the 2nd and 4th best rushing marks in his season records with 1,683 in 2015 and 1,341 yards in 2016. Saraceni has the school record for most touchdowns in a game with 5. Saraceni finished his career with a staggering 6.8 yards per carry average. In one of his most dominating performances, Saraceni dashed for 273 yards against Carroll College, including 4 touchdowns by ground and 1 passing. And that day included a school record 99-yard run for a touchdown. Saraceni was named Frontier Conference Player of the Year in 2015 and 2016, helping lead the Orediggers. And our final inductee is Gunnar Kaiser. Kaiser was named the Victory Sports Network Defensive Player of the Year and First-Team All-American, as well as a Second-Team AFCA NAIA Second-Team All-American in 2016. The Frontier Conference named Kaiser the Defensive Player of the Year. Kaiser led the conference with 7 interceptions, and he totaled 64 tackles. Kaiser's 7 interceptions ranks him 3rd most in a single season. And originally from Colbert, Washington, Kaiser was a finalist for the Cliff Harris Award given to the top small school defensive player. Kaiser finished his career with 168 total tackles, 13.5 tackles for a loss, 15 pass breakups, and 8 interceptions. And our first of 3 teams inducted this year is the 1979 football team. This team is credited with bringing crowds back to games. The School of Mines had not won a conference championship since 1970 in the days of Don Heater. This team went undefeated in the Frontier Conference, losing only to the Division II programs. Led by head coach and Frontier Conference Coach of the Year Bill Connors, the team finished with a 5-2-1 overall record. The Orediggers produced 17 all-conference selections and All-American running back Steve Hausler. One of the most prominent notes on the team is their 46-8 drubbing of eventual Big Sky Conference member Eastern Washington to finish the season. The next team is the 1983 football team. The best Oredigger football team of the 1980s was 1983. The team produced 21 all-conference selections with Frontier Conference Coach of the Year Paul Giese. Tech went undefeated in conference action, finishing with a 7-3 overall record. Quarterback Greg Miller led the Oredigger offense, earning the Frontier's Player of the Year honor. Tech led the Frontier and District 12 in rushing per game with 257 yards per contest. Reaching as high as number 8 in the NAIA coaches poll, the Orediggers just missed the narrow window of the NAIA postseason at that time. The team was selected to play in the Sunflower Bowl in Kansas, but turned down the offer due to the cost of travel and the amount of school the student athletes would have missed. The last team inducted as a legacy is one of the most important parts of Montana Tech athletic history. The 1962 football team is recognized as the team who reinvigorated athletics at the School of Mines, the moniker for Montana Tech at the time. The School of Mines did not offer athletic scholarships, while other schools in the conference and around the country already had started. Led by Hall of Fame coach Ed F. Simonich, the Orediggers snapped a 9-year, 44-game losing streak by defeating Northern Montana College 33-7. The victory is believed to have saved the football program and its athletics as interest was dwindling with the consistent losing. Despite the longest losing streak in school history and all odds against them, a team of just 31 players showed grit and a never-give-up attitude. The team played for pride and passion for the game, and the victory represented their hard-working, blue-collar attitude that signaled athletics had a place at the School of Mines. The teams in the years after built on the historic win, establishing competitive football here at Montana Tech. Let's hear it for our 2018 Hall of Fame inductees.
That's the start. Was 11 of 19 for 91. Jet Robertson ran the ball 7 times for 39 yards. So let's get ready for the second half, shall we? Montana Tech in all green, kicking left to right on your radio dial. Northern, 2 return men back at the 5. Again, we've had a pretty good wind through here. Winds out of the west throughout the day here today. They have kicked up as this afternoon has gone on. Cloud cover has rolled in. We had some pretty nice sunshine earlier, and that has left us here. So we'll see if we can get people back from the tailgate as Montana Tech getting ready to kick things off here for the Digs. So the Digs kicking off here to get the second half rolling. Cody Gagnon, young man out of Billings. End over end kick will go about 10 yards deep, and the touchback will give the ball to Northern at the 25. So the Lights will get their offensive series started at the 25-yard line. I always have to stop myself in pronouncing Gagnon's name. It's the hard non, as I have family ties to Gagnon, and the syllable isn't near as stressed at the end. So instead of Gagnon, we're Gagnon. First down and 10, Northern. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Tommy Wilson has Jet Robertson in the backfield. Wilson out of the shotgun. Montana Tech brings 4 up to the defensive front. And Wilson will officially get the second half underway. 1-step drop, rip pass over to the right side, tipped, and it falls incomplete. Tried the quick slant that time, and Montana Tech, good coverage out there on the edge. Linebacker getting a hand in there was Jacob Clark, the junior out of Senior. He reached through and got a fingertip on the pass. So that'll bring up second down and 10 here for the Lights. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. And they'll line up with tight end on the right side as well. As Wilson out of the shotgun puts Robertson on his right hip. Robertson, play action. Wilson going to roll the pocket right. Going to air it up downfield into double coverage. Tipped and out of bounds, incomplete. Nice job defensively by Justin May getting a hand on that. Montana Tech's secondary doing a great job getting their eyes on the football this year and getting hands out to deflect passes. We've seen several interceptions, but it feels like already here in the first 3-4 games of this year, we've seen more pass breakups out of the Tech secondary than we did all of last year. Third down and 10. 4 receivers, 1 back at home for Wilson. Montana Tech showing blitz, and they'll bring 5. Wilson drops back, quick pass out on the edge, is bobbled and dropped, and there's a flag down in the center. I'm guessing we're going to get a hold in the center of this formation. The pass was dropped, so I assume they'll decline the penalty, and that should bring up a 4th down here for the Lights. We'll wait for the official call from our white hat.
Holding. Offense number 53. 10 yards. Repeat, 3rd down.
Also, they will force the repeat. I apologize. So what was, so they did decline it. I was right the first time. So they do decline it, so that'll bring up 4th down, and the Lights will be forced to punt it away. Just underway here in the third quarter. Montana Tech's offense will get the ball
Tavia
back
to
as the Lights go
Willie
3
Steele
and
back deep for the
outs.
Oredigers.
And they're unable to get any yardage in that series. So the Lights offense will come bring out the punting unit. Punter back at the 11-yard line. They get the shield set up. Alex Steele at the 35 getting ready to set up for the return. Good snap and a nice kick. Tight spiral pushes Steele back to the 30. Steele will bring the return to his left all the way across the field. Steele to the 40, 45, 50. Steele down the sideline, 45, 40 to the 35-yard line. Alex Steele, a great return as he'll get a 10, 20, 40-yard, no, nearly a 40-yard, like a 37-yard return for Alex Steele, as he brought that all the way across the field. Good blocking out in front of him. Montana Tech will get the ball at the northern 36-yard line. So Alex Steele with a really nice return. Montana Tech's offense comes out on a short field as Cole Hopman will bring him out. Cole Hopman, Jed Fyke in the backfield. Hopman in his first collegiate start, 14 of 22 through the air for 146 and 2 touchdowns. Hopman out of the shotgun. 4 receivers. Steele in motion. He'll stop just outside the tackle. Handoff will go to Fyke. Fyke straight ahead. 35 to the 31, a gain of 5. Jed Fyke, that's his 12th carry for 82 yards. Averaging over 6 yards a carry so far here in the ball game. 2nd and 5, Montana Tech. Fyke gets up off the bottom of the pile, stays in the backfield, and it looks like we're going to see Wildcat. Fyke with 2 backs in the backfield with him, and we see shifting. 2 tight ends move to the right side of the formation. 2nd and 5, Fyke will keep it, no handoff, gets away from 1 defender and gets back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Nice defensive work that time down in the trenches. First to get him was B.J. Hatcher. Hatcher out of Laurel will step in and make that stop right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd down and 5 now for the Tech offense.
31-yard line. It's 3rd and 5.
Cole Hopman back in to run quarterback. Dion Williams wide right. Looks like Hoffman wide lefts. Fyke in the backfield. 3rd and 5. And Hopman going to keep it. He gets a block. Hopman's going to turn the corner. 30, 25, cut back at the 20, 15. Hopman cut back again at the 5. Cole Hopman taken down to the 5-yard line. He'll go for 31 yards, and there's a flag down at the 12, or excuse me, at the 16. And let's see, it looks like a holding penalty.
Holding, offense number 81, 10 yards, still 3rd down.
Dion Williams, the reaction that he was called for the hold, it was like somebody stole an ice cream from a kid. He was not happy with it. The flag is down at the 17-yard line, so from the spot, it'll come back to the 27. And that will be about a yard shy of the 1st down marker, I think. So after the penalty, that'll bring up 4th down and 1 here for Montana Tech. So a 30-yard run was taken out of the books. Actually, it's 3rd and 1. My apologies. So the 30-yard run is erased. Montana Tech 3rd down and 1 at the northern 27-yard line. 2 receivers left, tight end right. Ball gets bobbled, but Fyke picks it up and gets 1st down yardage. It looked as though he was playing rugby and dribbled the ball. As it hit the turf, it bounced right up into his numbers, and he just kept going forward and gets 1st down yardage. That is a very fortuitous bounce there for the tailback and Jed Fyke as it jumped right up into his numbers. And that will bring up a fresh set of downs here for Montana Tech. 1st and 10. And they'll come into the Wildcat. Fyke brings man in motion. Snap is high. Fyke able to get it. He'll take it right up the middle. Fyke at the 10, 5. Jed Fyke is in. Jed Fyke is in for the score. 24 yards. And Jed Fyke puts Montana Tech up 30-0. Boy, it looked like that was going to be a busted play. The snap went high. Fyke had to go up and get it. And by the time he got his balance under him, he took off. And Jed Fyke gets in for the touchdown. So Jed Fyke, that'll put him over 100 yards on the day. The kicking unit is in for the PAT. 30-0 our score. Montana Tech with the lead over the Lights. And the kicking unit is in. And the kick is up, and it is through. So Montana Tech's Tyler Padilla gets the PAT through. Montana Tech leading 31-0 with 12:37 left to play here in the third quarter. With a timeout on the field, we'll take one. We're back after this 1-minute break.
Media, timeout.
I love Butte. It's my hometown. I was born and raised here, and definitely part of my soul is here. At Montana Tech, we receive this world-class education that I don't feel a lot of other students receive, and it's so valuable and it's so affordable, so I think that it's a really big benefit to students that come here. When I came to Montana Tech, I definitely felt inspired to work harder because you're surrounded by all of these incredibly hardworking people that are goal-oriented and they know exactly what they want to do. I think that just the type of students that get recruited here are your driven, really pretty bright students, and when we all get in a room together, we just vibe off of each other, and it makes something really incredible. In preparing for dental school, I feel that I've gotten the best education possible through Montana Tech, and I feel well prepared, and I think that I have my advisors and my professors standing behind me, willing to help me.
As we continue through this third quarter, Montana Tech leading 31-0, and another nice series that time by Montana Tech. The Digs have run 44 offensive plays for 369. Cole Hopman, again, in his first collegiate starts, I believe he had it was under 10 snaps in the first couple games of this year, but Cole Hopman right now is 14 of 22 for 146 yards through the air for 2 touchdowns. Cole Hopman, 5 carries for 72 on the ground, and Jed Fyke has 15 carries for 109. He has 1 touchdown, averaging 7.3 a carry for Jed Fyke here today. Kicking unit is in. Gagnon will pound it straight ahead and out the back of the end zone. Another nice kick by that young man. It's certainly a weapon to have when you take the return men out of the equation. Northern will get the ball at their 25-yard line. Tommy Wilson, the senior, is 11 of 22, hitting 50% of his passes for 91 yards. He has hit 6 different receivers thus far. Stroop and Williams each have 3 catches. Bumgardner with 2. So here come the lights out. And Tommy Wilson out of the shotgun. 1 back, trips receivers left. Wilson eyeing up a 5-man defensive front for Montana Tech. 1st and 10 from the 25. Jet Robertson tries to vault a Montana Tech defender and gets back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Boy, that defensive front for Montana Tech just continues to do work. They're so strong up front. Chance Hansen, the senior out of Idaho Falls, is there to make that stop. 2nd and 10 now for the Lights. 12:15 left to play here in the third. Wilson will step back in the shotgun once again. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. 1 back at home. Montana Tech creeps 4 up to the defensive front. And here comes 4. Wilson, rifle pass out on the edge, gets it to the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Wilson has a real quick release when he gets the football out. Marvin Williams Jr. with a reception. He gets that ball up to the ear hole on his helmet and just really has a cannon from right there. He doesn't take a real big windup. He just kind of forces the issue there in a real compact throw, gets rid of the football quickly. 3rd down and 5. Ball at the 30-yard line of Northern. Of course, they need to just break the stripe at the 35 for new downs. Connor Wines showing blitz. Here it comes. Wilson in trouble. Connor Wines is going to get to him. That's going to be a loss of 7 as Montana Tech gets to him. Connor Wines on the blitz. And also there for Montana Tech, that was a great play by Cam Nissen. Nissen, the senior out of Big Fork, gets back there as well. And Montana Tech with the sack will bring up 4th down, and the punting unit is in here for the Lights. 11:20 left to play here in this third quarter. Montana Tech leading 31-0. The shield unit is in here for the punts. And Alex Steele standing at the Montana Tech 35-yard line. Great week of activities here. Celebrating Hall of Fame weekend. The kick went high, really got hung up in the wind, bounces at the 50, and hits a Northern player at the 47. So Montana Tech will take over at their own 47-yard line. The wind really has kind of shifted. We had it strong out of the west as the day started, and now it's coming out of the southwest. So Montana Tech will be working with the wind at their back here as their offense comes back out onto the field. Frontier Conference action, KBOW Butte, KPQX and Havre. We have an official timeout on the field,
Media,
so with it, we'll take
timeout.
one as well. Ladies and gentlemen, back here to Bob Green Field after this 1-minute break.
Hey, Digger fans, it's time to pucker up. It's time for the Montana Club Kiss Cam.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering, in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs. Whatever the problem is, Montana Tech is the solution.
I'm Ron Layton. This job has afforded me the opportunity to travel, been around the world 3 times. And what I learned at Montana Tech helped me at the White House, helped me everywhere that I've been. Being a digger means to me that you've got an unusual sense of perseverance. Many times in life you find out that your greatest breakthroughs come after your most difficult struggles. And that's what I got from Montana Tech. Montana Tech was my solution.
Back here once again to Bob Green Field. The first play after the timeout. Cole Hopman goes to Dion Williams. Dion will haul in the reception, his 5th of the day. And that's going to be a pickup of 5 across midfield to the Northern 49-yard line. So 2nd down and 5 here. Cole Hopman out of the shotgun, 1 back at home. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Actually in a quarterback is not Hopman. As in there is going to be Jet Campbell is in at quarterback. Kind of expecting this throughout the day. But Jet Campbell, the redshirt freshman out of Billings Central, has been working out at the quarterback position here all week long and actually the last couple weeks. And Jet Campbell has come in to run the offense. So Jet Campbell, who actually has a pass reception in this football game as well. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Campbell in at quarterback. Blitz coming. Campbell's in trouble, and he is going to get taken down back at the 46-yard line. A delayed corner blitz that time by Damian Nelson, and Nelson will get the sack, and that's going to back Montana Tech up. A loss of about 9 yards on the sack. That's a well-timed sack coming from the corner position. And brings up 2nd down and long, 2nd and 20. They'll say a loss of 10 on the sack. 2 receivers each way here for Montana Tech. Jet Campbell at quarterback. Campbell in the pocket, rifles it right side, pass complete to Dion. And Dion will pick up 5. That'll bring up 3rd and 15 now for the Montana Tech offense. So Jet Campbell in at quarterback. Cole Hopman was 14 of 22 on the day for 146. And Jet Campbell is in right now. 4 receivers. Campbell rolls the pocket left. Airs it up. Pass completes and shoved out of bounds at the 31-yard line. As that's Hoffman out there with the reception. Hoffman's 6th catch of the day. He has nearly 100 yards receiving. And that's going to bring up 4th down here for the Montana Tech offense. The offense right now stays on the field for a moment. And they're going to stay on the field. The ball at the Northern 32-yard line. And the offensive unit stays out. So again, Jet Campbell, a receiver from Billings Central, in at quarterback. 2 receivers left, trips to the right, empty backfield for Campbell. Campbell looking left the whole way. Stands looking for the deep ball, 1-on-1, overthrown, incomplete. So a turnover on downs will go to the lights. So Jet Campbell in that series at quarterback. And the turnover on downs will go back to the lights. As Campbell comes over, talks to his offensive coordinator, they jaw about it a little bit. So Montana Tech, 2 redshirt freshman quarterbacks, if you will, have played here today. As Cole Hopman, who is on paper as a quarterback, and again, Jet Campbell, who did play quarterback in high school, came here as a receiver, taking snaps at quarterback here this last series. Back in for the Lights, Tommy Wilson out of the shotgun. They have the ball at their 32-yard line. Wilson hands it off to his tailback, and not going much of anywhere. Robertson with the carry. Wilson might have kept the handle on that football. 8:36 left to play in the third. Montana Tech leading 31-0. 2nd down and 9 here for the Lights, as Montana Tech continues to bring bodies through both offensively and defensively here today. 2nd and 9, Wilson out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Ball at the northern 33-yard line. Wilson looking right. Pass complete across the 40. Should be first down yardage. Great second effort after the catch by the receiver that time, and that will move the chains for the Lights. Offensive lineman for Northern gets up slowly, as with that reception was Marvin Williams Jr. once again. And one of the big boys down inside, I believe it was Cisco Herrera, got up limping, and he'll step right back up into the offensive front. 1st down and 10 Northern, ball at their 43-yard line. Wilson out of the shotgun again. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right, ball on the right hash mark. Montana Tech shows pressure from 4. Handoff will go to Jet Robertson. Robertson across the 45 to the 46. That's a gain of 3. So both teams with a player with a first name Jet, and as luck would have it, both are pretty fast. One day we're going to see an offensive lineman named Jet. That's going to change things a little bit. 2nd and 7. 3 receivers left for Tommy Wilson, 1 to his right. Wilson has a tailback lined up in the pistol behind him, and they're going to run the option. Wilson forced to pitch it quickly, turning it up as Robertson. Robertson's going to get 3 on the carry before he is taken down. Tucker Routhie is there for the stop. Routhie out of Glacier. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 now for the Lights. Ball at their 49-yard line. 6:50 left to play here in this 3rd quarter. Montana Tech leading 31-0. As I mentioned earlier, we did have 2 scores. Southern Oregon leading Carroll 20-0. Eastern Oregon leading Western 13-0. I have not seen a score on the College of Idaho Rocky game yet. 3rd and 5 out of the shotgun. Wilson passes deflected at the line of scrimmage, but still caught for first down yardage at the Montana Tech 45-yard line. With the catch is going to be Sam Mix. Sam Mix, his 2nd catch of the afternoon. That was deflected at the line of scrimmage. It came out wounded, and Sam Mix was still able to make that catch. Heads up play by that young man. 1st and 10 for the Lights. Ball at the Montana Tech 44-yard line. Wilson looks to the sideline. They'll bring 2 receivers here to the near side. Tight end left with a receiver on the far right. 4-man pressure looks like coming here from Montana Tech. As Wilson, pass goes right, complete to the 40-yard line. As Bryce Bumgardner, another catch. That's his 3rd here today. And that's going to be a gain of 5 on first down. Montana Tech brought 4 to the defensive front and really didn't pin the ears back. They kind of stayed flat on the line of scrimmage, expecting run, it looked like, more than anything. And the Lights quickly to the line of scrimmage. Look at that. I think I've got an update from Rocky. Hold on a second. 2nd down at 5. 2 receivers left, 1 back at home. Ball at the Montana Tech 39. Pass goes out in the flat left side, complete across the 30 and shoved out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Marvin Williams Jr. with the catch, shoved out of bounds by Justin May, but that'll move the chains for the Lights. So Ryan McFadden hooking us up once again here today. It looks as though College of Idaho leading Rocky 27-21 in the 3rd. So thank you, Coach McFadden. So College of Idaho leading Rocky. All the teams on the west here in control of their east opponents, if you will, right now. 1st down and 10 Northern. Ball at the Montana Tech 28. Blitz is coming. Picked up well. Pass is batted. Intercepted. Picked off at the 24-yard line. So Montana Tech gets the interception, as getting the interception was Jacob Clark, and batting it into the air was Cam Nissen. So Nissen with a couple of big-time plays here in this 3rd quarter. He batted that one at the line of scrimmage, and Clark got the interception. Clark comes to the sideline and gets his belt. First down and 10, Montana Tech, as the offense comes back out. So Clark gets his wrestling belt, comes over to the sidelines. Back in at quarterback is Cole Hopman for Montana Tech. One back, two receivers left, twin tight right. Play action, Hopman fakes the handoff, he's gonna go. Hopman gets across the 25 to the 26. That's gonna be a gain of 3. So we did see Jet Campbell in there. And another update, thanks Coach McQuarrie. Yotes leading Rocky 27-21 in the third. So our Digger faithful bailing me out as usual. I love you for it. Second down and 7. Hopman out of the shotgun. One back, twin tight, will move to the left side of the formation. One receiver on each end. Hopman will hand it off this time to Fyke. Fyke straight ahead. Not much there. That's going to be a gain of 2, maybe 3. As Jed Fyke pulled down by that defensive fronts. And Ike Schweikertz is there to make the stop. Schweikert, he's another one of those guys that felt like, or excuse me, on the other side is we've got Lamelli with the stop. So Lamelli gets the stop for the lights. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Hopman is out of the shotgun. 4 minutes left to play here in the third. Third down and 5 here for Montana Tech. As Cole Hopman, 3-step drop. Pocket holds. Now he starts to collapse. He's going to air it up downfield one-on-one. That one's going to fall incomplete. Looking for Hoffman. Hoffman was in a foot race that time, and it will fall incomplete. Bring up 4th down. And Montana Tech will bring the punting unit in. So the Digs unable to move the chains there. And Northern will get the ball back. Montana Tech 50 offensive plays for 390 yards on the day. Cole Hopman is 14 of 22 for $146. Jed Campbell is 3 of 4 for 18 yards here today. On the ground, Jed Fyke 16 carries for 122. Good snap to the punter and a great kick. Tight spiral with the wind. Fair catch called for, bobbled. It's on the ground. Loose. Montana Tech is going to get on that football at the 8-yard line. The return man, Camus Thomas, is unable to control that football. And the Montana Tech Orediggers secondary, the special teams unit, are going to get the turnover. They had 3 bullets downfield. And getting on that one is going to be Reed Nelson. Reed Nelson from up to Great Falls will make that play. They had 3 guys on top of that football. And Montana Tech will get the ball back at the Northern 9-yard line. So the Dig special teams making a big play there. 1st and goal from the 9. Cole Hopman still in at quarterback. Fyke with him in the backfield. 3 receivers. Hopman sends man in motion. And play action. Hopman wants to throw, drops it off in front. In for the easy score is Quade McQuarrie. McQuarrie went in motion. He gets the pass in the flat and rolls in for 6. So Montana Tech special teams turnover, and the Digs get the easy points on one play. 37-0, Montana Tech with the lead over the lights of MSU Northern. Frontier Conference action, KBOW Butte, KPQX in Havre. And Tyler Padilla is in for the PAT. So Montana Tech up 37-0. Snap and hold are good. The kick is up, and Padilla puts it through. 38-0, Montana Tech with the lead over the lights of MSU Northern. We'll take a break. The lights will get it back after this 1-minute timeout.
Drive brought to you by OMG Mongolian Grill. 4 plays, or rather 1 play, 9 yards. Reception from McQuarrie from Hopman. OMG Mongolian Grill at 17 North Main Street in Uptown Butte. They're open till 8 o'clock tonight.
Back here once again to Bob Greenfield. Kickoff end over end, drifting right. Goes through the return man's hands, out of bounds. So the Northern Lights will get the ball on the touchback out to their 25-yard line. Score updates. Western has hit a pair of field goals with their game at Eastern. So Eastern leading Western 13-6. Southern Oregon, the last I had seen, was leading Carroll 20-0, and that is still the case. And the College of Idaho is leading Rocky 27-21. So Northern here with 3:29 left to play in the third quarter. Back out offensively. Tommy Wilson brings him out. Wilson 16-28 for 130 yards. 1 interception, no touchdowns so far on the day. Tight end left, 3 receiver spread for Wilson. Montana Tech comes up in press coverage. Wilson. Play action, he wants to roll right, airs it up downfield, and a great catch, and actually bobbling it and dropping that football. Boy, it looked like going up and going to make a fantastic catch was Keegan Stroop, and the ball was stripped out of his hands by the secondary for Montana Tech. That's a heads-up play by the Digs as Damari Morris out there at corner. And I was led to believe we wouldn't see Morris today. So Morris goes up and strips that football out. 2nd down and 10 for the Lights. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Wilson out of the shotgun. 3:22 left to play in the third. Montana Tech up 38-0. Wilson wants to throw right. Pass, quick hitter. Goes out, complete across the 30 to the 31. That's going to be a gain of 6. As the receiver out on that far side, Keegan Stroop once again. Stroop with 4 catches on the day, about 25 yards. Substitution of personnel in here for the Lights. 3rd down and 3 for MSU Northern. So Montana Tech after today will have a week off. And then they'll get into that stretch as we start talking Frontier Conference Championship playoffs and more. 3rd down and 3. Wilson out of the shotgun. Rolls left, airs it up, has a man wide open. Stroop across the 40. Stroop vaults across to the 42. 1st down yardage and some. Nice route that time by Stroop as he found himself a seam. Keegan Stroop, the freshman out of Belts, having a nice game here today for the Lights. 5 catches on the afternoon for Keegan Stroop. And he'll move the chains for the Lights. Wilson, the senior quarterback. Montana Tech brings 4 up to the defensive front. They really haven't blitzed much at all here in the second half. Really kind of a steady four-man rush. Handoff and off to the races across midfield. A gain of 11 with the carry is going to be Robertson. So Jet Robertson gets 1st down yardage as he'll pick up 11 on the ground. So Robertson on the day, 11 carries, 56 yards here on the day. Nice seam that time by the running back. Clock continues to run. 2:04 left to play here in the third quarter. Montana Tech brings 4 again up to the defensive front. And it looks like they have a nickel package in. 5 defensive backs. Wilson out of the shotgun. Tailback lined up in the pistol behind him. And he will get the ball. Jet Robertson met violently at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Robertson hit hard. And a nice job, Connor Wines, to wrap him up. Well, I'm telling you, Connor Wine's season at this point has just been nothing short of fantastic. Just has played outstanding all season long. Has himself, an interception, forced fumble recovery, just several tackles for a loss, couple sacks on the year. Connor Wine's really doing it all at that outside linebacker position. 2nd down and 10 here for the Lights. Change of personnel, empty backfield. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Montana Tech showing blitz. Here it comes. Wilson airs it up. Pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. And now we have a flag, and this one is going to be, I would assume it's going to get a roughing penalty here, but we'll wait to see what the white hat says. After that ball was delivered, there was a lot of continued activity, let's say. The offensive lineman continued to shove. Defense kept coming.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. 34 on the defense, 15 yards, automatic 1st down.
So we're roughing the passer on Nick Amistoy. So Northern will get a 15-yard penalty and a fresh set of downs. So the roughing the passer will give Northern the ball at the Montana Tech 31-yard line. Frontier Conference action here in Butte, Montana, week 4 of the Frontier. And as always, thanks for joining us. Montana Tech, one of 4 teams ranked in the Frontier Conference. Southern is number 23, or excuse me, is number 3. Montana Tech number 24, Western 23, and Rocky 22, if I remember right. 1st and 10, Wilson. The out route, bobbled and dropped. Just a quick hitter on the far side that time, intended for Marvin Williams Jr. And that one through his hands, can't hold on to it, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Wilson's receivers have caught some nice passes today, but they've also kind of let him down at times. The receivers have dropped some passes where no one's been around them, hit them in the hands, and they have dropped a couple passes on their quarterback here today. Tommy Wilson is 18 of 31 for 147 yards. 2nd and 10. 4-receiver spread here for the Lights. Montana Tech will rush 4. Wilson passes up and caught. Bumgardner with the catch. He is hit hard, and he'll pick up 6, nearly 7 on the reception. As out there, Damari Morris on that far side with the tackle, brings up 3rd down and 4 here for the Lights. 40 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter, as Montana Tech leading 38-0. And Montana Tech, especially this defensive unit, B.J. Campbell and company, certainly want to keep Northern off of the scoreboard. Wilson out of the shotgun. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. As I look down, Danny Peoples starting to warm up on the sideline. And Northern is going to call a timeout. 38-0, Montana Tech with the lead over the Lights of MSU Northern. With the timeout, we'll take one. We're back after this 1-minute break. Thanks for joining us here on this Saturday afternoon. Montana Tech, as I mentioned, will have the week off next week. And they'll get ready for the long haul as they have Western and Carroll and, of course, the remainder of the Western side once again. 3rd down and 3, option look. Wilson going to keep it. Nice cutback. Wilson to the 20. He'll lean forward to the 18-yard line. 1st down yardage for the Lights. That's a nice run by the quarterback in Tommy Wilson that time. They brought the option look. He faked the pitch, kept it himself, made a nice cut to get 1st down yardage to the Montana Tech 19-yard line. Here is where the bend and don't break theory has certainly worked for Montana Tech defensively this year. And we have 3 quarters in the books as the Lights will not try and snap the football again. So with 15 minutes left in regulation, Montana Tech with the lead, 38-0 over the Lights of MSU Northern. We'll take a break. 4th quarter coming up right after this 1-minute timeout.
Grit's something that I learned early in my family. It was a great part of the Montana Tech experience.
Grit makes me think about how Butte came about. It was built on the hard work mentality.
It goes back to just being a Montanan. There's a rancher or a farmer in everybody's family.
Grit is just part of life there.
Rolling up your sleeves and doing the work necessary.
And that's where grit comes in. Understanding where you want to do and really following the passion that you have in life.
Grit grows at Montana Tech.
I think there's more than one thing that makes Montana Tech unique.
I think it's incredible. It's special.
I've always kind of thrived off the adventure side of things and the unknown. There's no place I'd rather be going to school. Montana Tech has provided me more than I ever could have expected.
Montana Tech made me a trailblazer.
Montana Tech made me a healer.
Montana Tech is my solution.
Be the solution. Visit Montana Tech today.
Grit's something that I learned early in my family. It was a great part of the Montana Tech experience.
Grit makes me think about how Butte came about. It was built on the hard work mentality.
It goes back to just being a Montanan. There's a rancher, a farmer, and in everybody's family.
Counterparts in the Frontier Conference as we get this fourth quarter underway here in the Mining City. Great crowd on hand. It was another phenomenal tailgate as we celebrate our Hall of Fame week here in Butte, Montana, campus of Montana Tech. I can't wait to talk to the coaching staff and see why they have a changing a difference. Normally our offense and defensive coordinators are in the booth, and our offensive coordinator has been on the field all game. So I'd be very interested to know what that call was about. 1st and 10 from the 20, and Connor Wines is all over Robertson on the carry, no gain. Robertson got the handoff. Connor Wines hit him immediately, and Robertson gets up slowly, not putting much weight on his right leg. So Jeff Robertson will go to the sideline under his own power, limping on his right leg, and we'll get a new tailback in here for the Lights. In is going to be Samuel Brayboy once again. So 3 receivers, Brayboy in the backfield, 2nd down and 10. Wilson out of the shotgun here for the Lights. Wilson, 1 back, 3 receivers. Wilson flushed out of the pocket left. Rifle pass, great pass, nice catch by the receiver. And that's going to be a gain of 10 as a receiver on that far. No, they'll say incomplete pass. Boy, it really looked from here, and I'm a long way away from it, that Keegan Stroop came back and made that catch, but the official right on top of it says incomplete pass. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10 here for the Lights. Stroop made a heck of an effort at it. Tommy Wilson, 19 of 33 for 154. Stroop here today for the Lights has 5 catches, 34 yards. Northern continues to look to the sideline for the play call as the play clock down to 8. Wilson stays in the shotgun, tight end right with 3 receivers and 1 back. 3rd down and 10. Wilson pass complete to the 15, head down to the 12. And honestly, by that play call, you assume they're going to go for it here on a 4th down. Stroop gets the catch, gets down to the 11. The pass initially was about 5 yards downfield. Stroop is able to stretch for about 8. And that's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down and 2 here for the Lights. Initially, they got up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Now they look to the sideline for the play call. Underway here in the 4th quarter. Montana Tech would like to keep that goose egg on the scoreboard as the Dig's up 38-0. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Wilson out of the shotgun. Wilson rolls the pocket to his right, has time, airs it up. Pass complete down to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal for the Lights. That pass complete to Stroop once again. Yeah, Stroop really playing well. Want to say hi to brother Jeff Graham up there in the belt area.
7-yard line.
Stroop really playing well here for the Lights. I have him for, what are we looking at here? We give you an update there, brother. Stroop, 6 catches. And that's 1st and goal here for the Lights at the Montana Tech 6-yard line. 1 back, 2 receivers left. And Wilson now forced to call a timeout. Looks like there was some confusion on that play call, so Northern forced to call a timeout. That's their 2nd of the 2nd half. Montana Tech leading 38-0.
Northern.
Frontier
That's their
Conference
2nd.
Action. KBOW Butte, KPQX and Haverwood.
Media.
Timeout. We'll take one as well. We're back here to Bob Green Field after this 1-minute timeout.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs. Whatever the problem is, Montana Tech is the solution.
I'm Ron Layton. This job has afforded me the opportunity to travel, been around the world 3 times. And what I learned at Montana Tech helped me at the White House, helped me everywhere that I've been. Being a digger means to me that you've got an unusual sense of perseverance. Many times in life you find out that your greatest breakthroughs come after your most difficult struggles. And that's what I got from Montana Tech. Montana Tech was my solution.
Leading 38-0. And we had a linesman run all the way down to the other end of the field. Now he comes up here to the line of scrimmage. And it looks like we are officially ready to roll here. 1st and goal from the 6. Wilson out of the shotgun. 1 back with him. Trips receivers left. The back moves to the right side. That is Brayboy. Brayboy with the carry. Tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Great defensive play at the bottom of the pile that time by James Foote. James Foote was on his face on the turf. He had an offensive lineman on top of him. And Foote is able to reach out with his left hand and trip up Brayboy while laying prone on the ground. It's a great play by Foote. 2nd and goal from the 6. Brayboy goes out. Back in at tailback is going to be, actually, no, Brayboy is there. I apologize. 3 receivers left. Wilson out of the shotgun. Wilson, 3-step drop, pump fake across the middle, and that one is going to be flagged. They tried the crossing route. They had 2 guys, kind of a rub route in the end zone, and Montana Tech going to get hit for pass interference as the defender that time, his backhand came
pass
across
interference. Defense number 15. Half the distance to the goal.
So half
automatic
the
first down.
And an automatic first down here for the Lights. Ball goes down to the 3. 12:27 left to play in the football game. Pass interference will give the Lights a fresh set of downs. 1st and goal from the 3.
By rule, the ball will be placed on the 2-yard line. First down.
So the ball goes to the 2-yard line. And the Lights up to the line of scrimmage. Brayboy is in at tailback. He looked like he's limping a little bit as well. Heavy formation. A wing T actually is where they're kind of set up out of the shotgun here. Wilson is going to keep it. He gets a block. He gets hit at the 5 and loses 3 yards. Wilson is chopped down back as Amistoy is there for the stop. Nick Amistoy got through the lead blocker, and Amistoy takes him down for a loss of 3. That's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 5. Montana Tech doing everything they can to keep Northern off of the scoreboard. The Digs leading 38-0. Lights will change out some personnel. They'll go back into kind of their base 3 receiver, 1 back set. They have a tight end left and really haven't utilized him today. They haven't thrown the ball to him anyway. He'll stay in block. Wilson in trouble, escapes out of the pocket. Wilson going to run. He's down to the 1, stretches to the end zone. Tommy Wilson will get in for the touchdown. Great effort by Tommy Wilson at quarterback. He knew he was going to get hammered as he reached for the goal line, but he put that football out there and broke the plane. That's a nice play by the quarterback and Tommy Wilson. That's your senior leadership right there as he kind of slowly gets to the sideline. That's a nice play by their quarterback, and Northern gets on the board. Montana Tech up 38-6. The kicking unit is in for the PAT. Snap and hold are good. The kick is up, and it gets through. 38-7 our score. Montana Tech with the lead over the Lights of MSU Northern. Frontier Conference action. KBOW Butte, KPQX and Hever. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the Diggs offensive possession after this 1-minute break.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering, in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs. Whatever the problem is, Montana Tech is the solution.
I'm Ron Layton. This job has afforded me the opportunity to travel, been around the world 3 times. And what I learned at Montana Tech helped me at the White House, helped me everywhere that I've been. Being a digger means to me that you've got an unusual sense of perseverance.
With the kickoff, Northern end over end. The return will start at the 7-yard line. Montana Tech will bring it over to the right side. Vendetti across the 25. Vendetti 30 to the 35, stood up at the 36. So Tyler Vendetti with the return. Montana Tech's offense will take over at the 36. I mentioned earlier Danny Peoples was warming up on the sideline. And we'll see who comes in at quarterback here. I'm trying to look into the, it looks like Hopman is in the huddle there as of right now, but we'll wait and see what we have here. 1st and 10, Montana Tech at their 36-yard line. College of Idaho leading Rocky 41-38. Darius Peterson, the quarterback for the College of Idaho, has 6 rushing touchdowns in that football game. Remember, we didn't see Peterson much when we were there. He ran the ball a couple times, but otherwise we did see a different quarterback for the bulk of it. And Cole Hopman is in at quarterback. 2 receivers lefts, twin tight right. 1 back at home here for Cole Hopman, 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Hopman dropping back, looking to throw. The redshirt freshman looking for the deep ball right side, has 2 guys that way. It's up and caught by the tight end across the 25 down to the 18-yard line. That's a big-time pass and throw as Lafayette with the reception. Kenny, the redshirt freshman out of Bellevue, Washington. He had a big game. Was it Southern? I think he had 2 or 3 catches against, if I remember right. So Kenny Lafayette, they had both tight ends in the deep route down the field. And Kenny Lafayette will bring it all the way down inside the 20. They'll mark it at the 12-yard line. So Kenny Lafayette, the tight end, with a big-time reception for Montana Tech. And that's a group that this coaching staff continues to sing praise on, is how hard and how good they are at tight end. And Lafayette gets his first reception of the afternoon. 11:18 left to play in the ball game. Montana Tech. What's that? They fumbled the football. I wasn't even paying attention. Lafayette fumbled the football. Northern gets it at the 12-yard line. Sorry, I apologize. Now a fumble to the ground. Montana Tech is going to get on it at the 8-yard line. So back-to-back turnovers. Jeez, I should pay attention. Maddie Steppen, athletic director, had to come over and tell me they fumbled the football. Now we get a fumble the other way, and Montana Tech will take over at the 8-yard line. So the Digs will get the football back at the 8-yard line of Northern. So the offense back out. Cole Hopman will bring him out. 11:13 left to play here in the ball game. 2 receivers left, 1 back at home here for Cole Hopman. Hopman, the redshirt freshman, 14 to 22 for a $146, hands it off to Fyke. Fyke tries to get out around the corner, and just not much there. He'll get a yard before he is tripped up. Northern really doing a nice job clogging the running lanes on the interior. He tried to bounce that one off tackle right, and just nothing there. Clock running, 2nd and goal from the 7. Fyke in the backfield with Hopman. He'll play action. Hopman going to get hammered. Hopman is sacked. Coming on the blitz that time, hard charge, is going to be Chase Story. The freshman out of Roy, Utah, will get the sack. As, boy, that's a big-time sack by that young man. And that comes all the way back to the 15-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 15. 10:29 left to play here in the football game. 2 receivers each way, 1 back at home. The hard count almost brings him across. Hopman looks for the play call on the sideline. He'll change it up. Jed Fyke moves to his right side. 2 receivers each way. Jet Campbell wide left. Hopman has time, looking for the back of the end zone. It's up and batted down right in the end zone. As he was looking for Hoffman, good defensive play by Morgan McCrary that time. McCrary got a hand on it, and that'll bring up 4th down now for the Montana Tech offense. Diggs leading 38-7. And Montana Tech will bring the kicking unit in. So Padilla will give it a try from 32 yards out. Ball at the right hash mark. They'll put it down right at the 22-yard line. Wind a little in his face coming right to left. Plenty of leg. It's up, and it is through. So Padilla gets the field goal, and Montana Tech goes up 41-7. Frontier Conference action, KBOW Butte, KPQX in Havre. We'll take a break. We're back after this 1-minute timeout. Official book recognizes that Matty Steppen played the assist on that last series for me. Montana Tech hit a 32-yard field goal. They go up 41-7. The kickoff, the return will start at the 7-yard line. Across the 20, 25, out near the 30. So Northern will get the return out to the 28-yard line officially. Montana Tech leading 41-7. Right now, Cole Hopman is 15-23 through the air for 198 yards. He's thrown 2 touchdowns on the day. Jet Campbell also has 6 pass attempts. He's 4 of 6 on the day for 27 yards and a touchdown. Jed Fyke, 18 carries, 125 yards for Montana Tech. On the other side, Tommy Wilson is 21 of 36 for 167 as he and his offense come back out. Wilson out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 right, tight end right. Ball on the right hash mark, 1st and 10. Wilson looking left. Pass is knocked down. That one's going to fall incomplete as Bumgardner, the intended target, and Damari Morris came flying through and knocked that one out. Honestly, almost kind of worried that Damari got there a little early. 2nd down and 10 for the Lights. 9:52 left to play in the ball game. So the Lights looking to the sideline for the play call. They'll split 3 receivers wide left, 1 to the right. And 1 back at home is going to be Proctor. Proctor, a freshman out of Washington, in at tailback. Wilson out of the shotgun. Wilson, 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket. Wilson is going to be sacked. Wilson is taken down at the 30-yard line as Clark gets him around the waist and hauls him down. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 as Wilson was able to escape forward for a yard. So not a sack in the official book. Brings up 3rd and 9 for Northern. Clock continues to run here. 9:25 left to play in this football game. Montana Tech in control, 41-7 over the Lights. Get you updated on other scores in the Frontier Conference here. As 3rd down and 9, Montana Tech showing blitz. Clark filling on the left gap, and Northern's going to call their final timeout. So Northern will call their final timeout.
Timeout.
9:11
Northern.
left to play.
That's
here
their
in the
final timeout
game.
of the half.
And Montana Tech leading 41-7. Let's go ahead and keep it here. Let's get you updated on scores. Southern Oregon, the last I heard at the end of 3, was leading Carroll College 20-0. Eastern Oregon has stretched their lead out over Western 20-6. And the College of Idaho is in a slugfest with Rocky, and College of Idaho leading 41-28. And again, on Twitter, I noticed they were saying that the College of Idaho and Peterson, the quarterback, the real mobile quarterback, has rushed for 6 touchdowns in that football game as they lead Rocky 41-28. After the timeout, Montana Tech's defense comes back out here. 3rd down and 9 for the Lights. Montana Tech 2-1 here in conference play. Northern 0-3. They had a week 0 win over Mayville State to get their season underway. 3rd down and 9. Wilson going to take it out of the shotgun. And now the white hat. We're still waiting for the official whistle an hour ago. As Wilson out of the shotgun. Montana Tech showing blitz. They're going to rush 4. Wilson steps up. He's hit. Wilson is sacked at the 25-yard line. That's a loss of 5. As taking him down, it looked like foot on the inside for Monty. Actually, it was Chance Hansen. Hansen will get in for the sack, and that'll bring up 4th down here for the Lights of MSU Northern. So Chance Hansen will get the sack, and Montana Tech's offense will get the football back. 8:45 left to play here in this football game. Northern, a man short on the special teams unit. And they'll bring one more out. 4th and long. The punting unit is in. Punter back at the 11-yard line. Montana Tech's return man is Steele. He stands at the 35. Snap is a good one. The punt is away. High, loose spiral. Steele has to retreat. He gets it at the 28. Puts on a move. Cuts back to his left across the 30, 35. Down the left sidelines and out of bounds near the 40. So Steele gets knocked out of bounds. And Montana Tech's offense will get ready to come back out on the field. So the Digger offense will come back out here And we'll see if we see any new bodies here as this one continues. And it looks like Hopman will come in. That certainly is the unique situation that Montana Tech is in right now, is all the quarterbacks, including what you'd call your starter and comp, are all young. You're looking at redshirt freshmen, other than Danny Peoples, who is a junior who has had snaps throughout the year. Hand off to Fyke. Fyke gets out across the line of scrimmage. Some dance moves, but just nothing open. He'll get 2 positive yards before he is taken down. There for the stop is going to be Aaron Dolphe, sophomore out of Oregon. Brings up 2nd down and 8 here for Montana Tech. Clock continues to run. 7:50 left to play here in the football game. Full house backfield, 3 guys. Man in motion to the left side is Fyke. He'll get the fake handoff. Hopman's going to try and stretch the corner. Gets away from 1 defender, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Real confident runner is Cole Hopman, the redshirt freshman. Has great vision, good poise. He isn't going to try and force the issue. Lets his blockers get out in front of him. Cole Hopman on the day, 7 carries for 67 yards. Jed Fyke has 18 carries for $125. Montana Tech has run the ball 28 times for 224 yards. 3rd down and 8 as they look to the sideline for the play call. 4 receivers, 1 back. In at tailback for Montana Tech is going to be Tyler Folks. Hopman, 3-step drop. Looking left, passes up. Boy, great effort, and they'll say out of bounds. Boy, that's a nice effort here on the near side. That's Jet Campbell. Boy, it looked like he kept his feet in bounds and brought his body out to make that catch, but they say he was out of bounds, so that'll bring up 4th down, and Montana Tech will kick it away. Boy, excellent effort by Jet Campbell. 7:19 left to play here in this football game. Montana Tech up 41-7. The kicking unit is in. I should say the punting unit is in, rather. Off the side of his foot, bounces at the northern 35, across the 30, down to the 27. Padilla in to punt that one away. Got a nice little bit of a roll anyway, but again, the punting unit for Montana Tech just trying to find some consistency. We've seen some monsters. We've seen some shorter kicks. And that is really the one area that Montana Tech really needs to get some consistency in as this season rolls on. Of course, they'll play everybody in the West one more time. You'll have Southern, Eastern, and the College of Idaho each again. And the venues will change. As we were at Southern, at the College of Idaho, both of them will come to Butte here over the next month and a half, I should say. And Montana Tech will go to Eastern Oregon for a date out there in a couple of weeks. 1st and 10, Northern. Handoff to the tailback straight ahead. And a gain of 4 on the carry. So Northern keeps it on the ground. Clock continues to run. With the carry is going to be Proctor. Proctor, the freshman out of Washington, with a carry. And that is his first carry of the day. 4 different tailbacks on the day for Northern thus far. Their leader right now is Robertson, 13 carries for 55 yards. Brayboy, 3 carries for 0. Bumgardner, 1 for -2. Northern has tried to rush 30 times. They have 47 yards on the day. Option look. Wilson will pitch it out. And a big hit delivered, and going to be a loss of 3. Once again, Proctor with the carry. And Montana Tech blows it up, and it looked like Danny Mannix got in for the stop. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 here for the Lights. If it was Danny, I actually got to meet Danny for the first time and talk to him as we were on the plane coming back from Southern Oregon. Of course, tremendous family out to the Drummond area. Just an outstanding young man. Played on some exceptional teams in high school and certainly has been a big factor here at Montana Tech. 3rd down and 9, 1 back, 3 receivers for Wilson. Montana Tech blitz is coming. Wilson pump fake once. Wilson is going to get, well, he tried to get rid of the football. He was able to shovel it away. It's going to be ruled an incomplete pass, as it looked like he was going to be sacked. Montana Tech had hands on him. Dragging him down that time was Luke Almus, the redshirt freshman out of Great Falls. Had him wrapped up, but Wilson was able to get rid of the football. They'll say incomplete pass. That brings up 4th and 9. And Northern will get set to punt it away. Montana Tech leading 41-7 with 5:38 left to play here in this football game. And Alex Steele back at the 33-yard line, getting ready to return a punt. Wobbly kick, wind assisted, pushes him back to the 21. The return on the left side, across the 30, Steele to the 35, 40, out of bounds to the 42. Another nice return by Alex Steele. So Montana Tech will get the football back at their 42-yard line. Frontier Conference action, KBOW, the Digs have the week off next week. And if memory serves correct, Western will be next. So week off next week. Then they have Western in Dillon, at Eastern Oregon, home for Southern, home for Carroll, and at Rocky Mountain College to end the season. We'll run you through Northern's schedule here as we approach the end of this one as well. Snap and a handoff, Fyke up the middle. Actually, it's Folks. Folks is off to the races. Folks at the 30, 20, 15, 10. Folks is in for the score. Folks will get in for 59 yards out, and Folks will score on the first snap. Folks will go for 59 yards, and Montana Tech puts 7 more up. Huge gap up the middle. And Folks, a young man that, well, I'll tell you, this coaching staff really happy with the depth at tailback. We certainly focus an awful lot on Jed Fyke, but there are some phenomenal guys with him in that group. And Tyler Folks, the redshirt freshman out of Duval, Washington, is certainly one of those. And Folks goes good for 57 yards. Padilla is in. The snap is bobbled. It gets away from him. Loose on the ground. Northern going to try and scoop it up. They have it at the 40. Trying to get downfield. Northern is going to get the 2 points out of it. The ball was bobbled, and Northern will get back for the 2 points. So the safety, as Montana Tech could not control the snap, it got away from the holder. They couldn't get on top of it. Northern got bodies there, and they return it for the safety. So Northern puts 2 points on the board. And Montana Tech will get it back. They have it wrong on the scoreboard. It's a 2-point rule. And you put a touchdown up. Montana Tech leading 47-9 as Northern returns it for the safety. The second week we have seen that in a row here. Montana Tech did it at Southern. That's one of those things that doesn't feel like you see twice in a lifetime, and we've had it back-to-back weeks here, once in Montana Tech's favor, once against. As Northern, great special teams play, they kept on top of it. And truthfully, Montana Tech kind of watched him run past. They acted like it was a dead ball, but that ball is alive and kicking. And Northern special teams gets the safety. Montana Tech will kick it off. So Montana Tech will kick it off here to the lights. Diggs leading 47-9. Frontier Conference action here on KBOW and KPQX, kicking into a little bit of wind, end-over-end kick. The wind certainly knocks it down. Bounces at the 12, turns left, and just jets out of bounds. Well, that was crazy. The ball actually hits on the field side of the numbers and just took a NASCAR left turn and ran out of bounds. So Northern will get the ball out to the 35-yard line.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Northern
is elected to take the ball at the 35-yard line. First down.
Thus far, Tommy Wilson for Northern is 21 of 38. He has 167 yards passing. He has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Excuse me, no touchdowns, 1 interception. They have a rushing touchdown. As Northern huddled up on the sidelines as here they come up to the line of scrimmage. Wilson has 1 back at home. He'll split 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Montana Tech brings 4 to the defensive front. Wilson awaiting the snap, and he'll hand it off to his tailback. Turns it upfield across the 35 to the 36. That's a gain of 2. As with the carry is Proctor. And Proctor hauled down after a gain of 2. And there to make the stop for Montana Tech is Cam Nissen, the senior out of Big Fork once again. So much experience in this defensive front for Montana Tech and the depth they have. And we've talked about it for years, the guys that they'll run 8-9 guys through that defensive front, and you see that experience here over the past couple years. Quick out on the edge, nice move after the catch, first down yardage for Northern, as making that reception On the far side of the field was Marvin Williams Jr. So Williams Jr. will get the reception and move the chains for Northern out to their 47-yard line. 4:34 left to play here in this football game. The Lights bring the play in. They'll spread out. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Out of the shotgun is Wilson. Montana Tech brings 4 up to the defensive front. Wilson awaits the snap. 4-man pressure coming. Pump fake once. Wilson wants a double move down the right sideline. It's up and caught at the 25. Pat Cotton, that's a nice catch here on the near side by the receiver, going up and getting it as Bumgardner. Bumgardner hauls in that reception as he got up over the top of the corner that time. Out there in coverage was Jackson King. King out of Sentinel High School in Missoula. And that one falls complete. Northern to the Montana Tech 25-yard line. First down and 10 Lights. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Wilson out of the shotgun again as he clarifies the play call to the sideline. Wilson awaits the snap. He'll hand it off to his tailback. He gets hit hard, leans forward for a gain of 2. With the carry once again is Proctor, and Proctor stood up as he is hit hard in the center of it. 2nd down and 8. As Logan Kolodachuk with the stop. Kolodachuk, a freshman out of Columbia Falls. And my roster shows him as a true freshman in there as well. 4 receiver spread here for Wilson. 2nd down and 8 at the Montana Tech 23-yard line. Blitz is coming. Wilson, sidearm pass. That's a nice job by him to get rid of that football. Montana Tech was bringing a ton of pressure, and Wilson threw it sidearm to get around the defenders. The pass caught by Sam Mix, and Mix is shut down right at the line of scrimmage. Great athleticism by Tommy Wilson that time at quarterback. 3rd down and 8 now for the Lights. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to play here in this football game. Montana Tech leading 47-9. So the Lights, under Coach Andrew Rollin, up to the line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 8. A lot of really positive things about Coach Rollin up there to Harv. 3 receivers, 1 back, pass behind the intended target, incomplete. Yeah, the friends I have up in the High Line and in the Frontier Conference have nothing but great things to say about Coach Rollin in Havre, so wish him the absolute best, and we all certainly know every program in this conference has been where Northern is. Everybody has had to rebuild at one time. Everybody has gotten beaten up by, a conference full of Mike Tysons. And you just have to, honestly, just suck it up and keep moving forward. And wish him the best. His pass by Wilson, slant route across the middle, batted down. Great defensive stop that time out in coverage as Tanner Chase, the sophomore out of Spokane Valley, Washington, knocks that one down. And a turnover on downs will go to Montana Tech as the Lights try to go for it on 4th down. Pass comes up incomplete. Montana Tech will take over with 2:16 left to play here in the football game. If you're able to move the chains once, then you can take victory and put this thing into the record books. Montana Tech leading 47-9. Hopman is in at quarterback. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hopman looking left. Pass comes out wounded, and that will fall incomplete. As he was looking here on the near side, I believe it's Nelson. Yeah, Reed Nelson. Coming out of Great Falls Central. Played for his old man up there to Great Falls Central. 2nd down and 10. That's another great family. We got to know the Nelson family with the Bob Cleverly 8-man game. Just quality people. Nelson gets the pass here on the near side across the 25-30 to near the 31. And actually, Danny is in at quarterback. I apologize. Danny with the pass there. As Reed Nelson gets the pass, brings up 3rd down and 2. Danny wearing the long sleeve on his left arm, as Cole Hopman was as well. And Montana Tech. Peoples comes out, 3rd down and 2. Montana Tech is going to run the Wildcat here with Vendetti. And they'll change a football out. Apologize, I didn't see Danny out there. I thought we had Cole still rolling. So 3rd down and 2 here for Montana Tech. Tyler Vendetti going to run the Wildcat. One back with him, twin tight right with one receiver on each side. Vendetti will hand it off in the middle, cut back through the center across the 35-40, down the right side, off to the races across the 40, 35-30, down the right sideline, 20, 15, 10, into the end zone. Montana Tech as taking it to the house. That's a great run by Grant Kingston, the junior out of California, and Kingston takes it to the house. So Kingston will go from, 66 yards out, somewhere in that neighborhood. And Montana Tech certainly not looking for points in that instance, just looking to burn clock, and they go 66 yards for the score. Kingston gets his first points as an Oredigger. Montana Tech up 53-9. Padilla in for the PAT. So Kingston takes it to the house. Padilla comes in for the PAT, and Montana Tech goes up 54-9. 1:05 left to play here in this football game. The Lights will get it back at Bob Green Field. Frontier Conference action. We're back after this 1-minute break.
Fair catch was called for and made inside the 25-yard line. New rule, will place it at the 25, first down.
So the kickoff will be placed at the 25-yard line. 1:04 left to play here in the football game. Montana Tech leading 54-9. As of right now, as we take a look here, Montana Tech has rushed 32 times for 355 yards on the day. Grant Kingston, 1 carry for 70 yards. Fyke, 19 for $127. Dropping back, looking to throw. Big time pass is picked off on the right side. Montana Tech with the interception across the 30 to the 25-yard line as Jory Breen gets the interception. And there is a flag down. So Breen, the sophomore, steps up and gets the interception. And Montana Tech's offense will get the ball back. And they'll look to take a knee and put this thing into the record books. 57 seconds left to play in this contest. And the turnover
after the
belt
change
will
of
be
possession,
handed off to Breen.
Block in the back,
really
return
nice
team,
read by Breen. He
10
went
yards
up
from
high
the
and
spot,
got that interception.
first down.
So Jory Breen with the interception. And Montana Tech will take over at the 32, but there is a flag and a block in the back is the call. So the Digs
MSU Northern 41-yard line.
will take over at the 41-yard line of Northern. Not that it matters. You're in a take a knee and put this thing into the record book situation. As Danny Peoples in at quarterback, he'll take a knee. Clock will run. They will have to do that one more time. Play clock has not yet started here. So Montana Tech, 3 different quarterbacks here today, even though we did see them run the Wildcat with Fyke and also with Vendetti. So honestly, 5 different guys taking snaps at quarterback here today, but 3 throwing the football. Montana Tech will take one more snap, and they'll put this one into the record books. 54-9 our final score. Montana Tech with the win over the Lights of MSU Northern. And with that knee, this one will go into the books. Montana Tech goes to 3-1 in the Frontier Conference. Northern will remain winless in the Frontier Conference. We'll come back. We'll give you the numbers. We'll wrap this one up from Bob Greenfield. Frontier Conference football, KBOW Butte, KPQX in Havre. The Digs get the win, 54-9. We'll give you the final numbers after this 2-minute timeout.
Are we ready to go? Nick, are we good?
No. Hey, ask Gabe if he's ready. Is Gabe ready? Okay, go ahead.
Sean Ryan here with Coach Chuck Morrell. 54-9, the win on Hall of Fame weekend and the Hall of Fame game here. And Coach, talk about the environment here at Bob Greenfield.
Oh, it was tremendous. Well, walking through the tailgate today was one of the coolest. We've had some great ones, but that today was amazing. Energy, the vibe, having the former players back from 62, 79, 83. It was just fantastic. It was a lot of fun.
And your team put on quite the show for those teams and personnel getting inducted in the Hall of Fame. Almost 600 yards of offense against FSU Northern. You end up winning 54-9. Talk a little bit about the offense in this one.
Well, we need to get on the right track. It was, obviously we had to get Jed going a little bit, and I thought he had a fantastic day. Cole Hoffman stepping in for his first career start was solid all the way around. And then, it's just a joy to see some of those other guys get a chance to make plays. Grant Kingston, Tyler Folks, and it tells you we got some depth at the running back spot. Those guys want to cut things loose and get in the end zone too.
Absolutely. Offensive line opened up some big holes for those guys all day long. Defensively, you guys were led by Chance Hansen and Connor Wines, kind of as per usual for you guys this season. Can you talk about a little bit about those guys?
Yeah, just veterans. Just veteran leadership. They show up. They know how to work. They come to work every single day. They come to work every single game. And, that's what we have to have on the defensive side of the ball. That's our veteran crew over there. And we're going to lean on them. If we're going to make a run this season, we're going to be leaning on those guys heavy.
Well, and then defensively, you guys finished with 12 pass breakups. How important is that?
Well, secondary-wise, we got some guys that get their hands on the football. Obviously, we'd like to have a couple of those pass breakups be interceptions. But, at times we've shown we can play good tight coverage and attack the football, and that's kind of been our mentality secondary-wise this year.
Next week, you guys have the bye week, the week off. How excited are you to kind of get your guys healthy and ready to go?
It's important, yeah. We were down 6, 7, 8 guys today from last week, and so really important for us this next week to get healthy. But we're also got to continue to improve and get better. We got a long ways to go yet, and but this team by no means is a finished product.
All right, thanks, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
That's Coach Chuck Morrell as his Diggers get the win 54-9. They're off next week as the Frontier Conference has a bye, but they'll travel down to Dillon and take on Montana Western 2 Saturdays from now. The Diggers get the win 54-9. That's your report from GoDiggers.com.